And we'll announce each section. They're very small, very simple sections.
Let's rock.
Are you running?
We're running.
Some Guy and John back at the Imperial. I'm John. This is Some Guy, and we have guests.
Yes.
We have guests.
Two brand newbies.
Yes. Two Some Guy and John virgins. What do you want to do this alphabetically?
No. Introduce yourself, Casey.
Casey Black, not only a Some Guy and John virgin, but a real virgin as well. Sorry.
I appreciate your courage.
Candor. Yes.
Yes.
It's kind of dark. I'm hoping no one can tell who this is.
Casey, you're going to find the right man one day.
Yes.
I believe that.
I think so.
Just
I
believe
knew
in
that
yourself.
I knew that as soon as I saw you. I'm pulling for you.
And I mean, don't be modest, Casey. Also a filmmaker.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you want the full
And
bio?
who is that talking
Filmmaker?
right now?
No, we
I
don't.
think you should introduce
We don't do bios.
Yeah, no bio. Next.
We're going counterclockwise.
You're up.
I think you're up. Yeah, we've essentially skipped over Adam. By the way, Adam's here.
We're
Yes.
doing the Northern Hemisphere toilet flush. Okay.
Okay.
So my name's Karl. Last name is for president. It's a German name. I was adopted by Germans. I'm a Bay Area native. I lived in Santa Barbara for.
I thought we weren't doing the full bio.
5 years.
Like, this sounds like a bio.
I
but-
enjoy long walks on the beach.
I knew. Yeah.
And
Dating
yeah,
profile.
I'm here to talk about Mother. And
Alright.
thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah.
We're happy to have you.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Hey, my name is Adam, and I was born in a small town in Texas. I remember one day as I was walking through the cornfields, Paul used to say to me, he used to say to me, son, and
Is this
I
a-
thought
wait,
someone would cut me off
Is
right
this
now.
the story where you walk through the cornfields naked backwards?
I told you that in confidence.
It's okay. He did it in his sleep, so it doesn't count.
Oh.
Because of the children of the corn, he's not allowed within 500 feet of a cornfield anymore.
Well,
And that's everybody.
no. Well, I mean, we have Rachel,
Oh.
but Rachel has not seen the movie and is off to the side and is giving us a silent wave as if to say, I'm glued to my phone. You guys talk about a movie that I didn't really have any interest in seeing, and I'm just here to get free drinks off my boyfriend.
Wait, does corn count?
Yeah.
Because maybe I'm not a virgin.
Depends. On the cob
corn
or
counts.
on the cob or niblets?
Cob.
Oh, well, then, congratulations, you're a man.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, I hate to ask, but you know what? You gotta nail down these details. You know.
I'd be more interested to see the niblets version.
It's important to be accurate.
How does that work?
Well, I am also a filmmaker. I'll show you that one.
Okay.
Part 6. Yeah.
Niblets.
Yeah. Oh,
Children
yeah.
of the Niblets.
Sounds vaguely racist.
It
And
sounds.
the cops heard that. They're on their way.
They're on their way.
We're in a film
You're
noir movie. All of a
Yeah.
sudden,
We got the music.
the 1930s police are arriving. But we're here to talk about one movie we all finally got around to all collectively seeing.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it twice.
Yes, you did.
There's a little more.
You went back, huh?
Yeah, I went back with Adam last night.
And what that movie is? Holy Mother of
Mother.
God! It's Mother.
Mother.
Mother with an exclamation point. Mother.
Yes, mother.
Lowercase.
Lowercase
M.
M though.
So is
Exclamation
so it's like an uptone.
It's like in the middle
Yeah.
or
Mother!
So it's at the end of a sentence. So
Oh.
what's the beginning of the sentence that we're missing here? Is
Add mother?
How not to treat?
Neglected mother.
Yeah. Oh God.
Single mother.
Yeah. No, she kind of had a husband who would always be right back.
One of the fun signature lines of this movie.
Yep.
And essentially Jennifer Lawrence's latest outing with actually a really good cast.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, it was really good.
li-
I-
li-
yeah, I
like
mean,
I was saying, all this is supposed to happen. They're excellent actors. They're not fucking up. It's the director.
It's an Aronofsky movie, so
Yeah.
it was going to be weird.
Yeah.
It was going to be weird. Either
pretentious.
Natalie Portman was going to show up and turn into a bird,
Yeah.
or some shit like that was going to happen. You know, so weird shit did happen. Absolutely, it just
Yeah.
kept getting weirder and weirder and weirder.
Oh, you're talking about Black Swan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, no. One of the prequels. No. I am talking about Black Swan. Can never tell. Something bad could be always traced back to one of the prequels. So,
Oh God, yes.
so it's an Aronofsky movie. So something weird is bound to happen, and the story's bound to be weird, and it's bound to be
Yeah.
really heavy-handed and very symbolic.
And that was the whole movie.
yeah, that was.
We were
really
kind of
it.
waiting for something normal to happen.
Well, I was fooled because I thought when I first saw the only trailer that I only ever saw, and then kind of forgot about it, I thought it was a horror movie. I thought
Yeah, that's how-
Aronofsky
that's
went
how
out
it's-
and made himself a horror movie.
That's
yeah.
what it's billed as.
And I'm like, oh shit. All right. Okay. Well, he's touched on like scary stuff before.
Yeah.
Let's see if he makes a proper horror movie. That dude would probably pop as a horror movie director.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm a little excited to see
Yeah.
it. And then I didn't hear anything about it for like months.
Yeah.
And then shit, it was in the theater. But nobody was seeing it because everybody's out seeing it right now, which is currently in theaters.
Yeah.
And still kicking the shit out of everybody else.
Yeah.
It just is. It's $100 million away from Spider-Man. And
Wow.
It's over
Jesus.
210 million. That's what it's brought in.
The last horror movie I can think that did that. I mean, well, you got like the James Wan movies.
Okay.
I mean, The Ring. That was a while ago.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah. It as far as a horror movie goes, I mean, is
Highest
it just
grossing,
word of
right?
mouth? Or?
I think right now, I mean, if you count for, it all depends if you count for inflation. But I'll give you an even wackier, just not to go too off target on it, but I'll give you a wackier number. This past week, so not counting this weekend, but the previous weekend, so they do the box office gross and everything.
Yeah.
For that week, and it's already been out for like what, almost a month now, maybe a month, right?
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
All right.
Yeah.
This last week they made 60 million just that 1 week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really slowing down that much.
It's far more beloved than we thought, and it's all thanks to Tim Curry.
No, absolutely.
From the 90s. There was, now it's in theaters, and now it's rated R.
Well, it's got staying power, man.
Yeah.
It
Well,
does.
And,
Yeah.
and it delivered what it promised. It was advertised as being a horror movie, and when people went and saw it, they actually got a horror movie.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
is
some
the
people.
mistake that Mother made.
Well, yeah.
Well, Mother wasn't billed as anything, and
Well, it was.
wait, who knows what it's actually about?
horror
I
Or what
know
it's supposed to be
I know
about.
what it's supposed to be
Okay,
about.
okay.
Well, I think where people got the horror idea with Mother
I got it
from
because
the trailer.
They were very.
I got it from the trailer.
They were very
Yeah.
secretive, but
Yeah.
and yeah, the trailer
It's very
it hits a lot of
horror-like.
Rosemary's Baby notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And,
it's all those baby
and
notes.
it was still vague. I mean,
Very.
but it just had a very like somber, threatening kind of mood, I guess.
I mean, I'm okay with vague as long as I know the director.
Yeah.
I know all the actors. Okay, he wrote it too. Okay, it can be vague, and I can still be excited with just even a vague trailer. Just based off of all that information, I'll still go see it. It doesn't have to be the most terribly descriptive.
I was sold to
trailer.
Aronofsky. I mean,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had to see it. It's
Well,
gonna be
and
weird.
when did any of you? When was the first time any of you heard about this movie coming out?
I think I heard about the movie, saw the trailer, but forgot about it till you posted that you wanted to go see it.
Yeah, I had first heard about it. I hadn't been
3 or 4 months
clued into
ago
the
is when I
production was happening or
Yeah,
anything like
yeah.
that. I had heard it was coming out when I saw the trailer, and I was just like,
I think it was like 3 months ago for me. It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
But it was enough for me to see it, be like, oh, looks interesting. I'll see what that's
Yeah.
about. Hey, that might be a really badass horror movie. Who knows? And then I forgot about it, and forgot about it. And then it's
Yeah.
like, oh, shit.
yeah,
It's in the theaters.
Yeah.
yeah, no, but the excitement of the idea of Aronofsky doing a proper horror film
That's
was,
what I
was
thought.
very tantalizing.
That's what
Yeah,
I thought.
yeah.
That was my little bait, my viewing bait.
yeah, me
I
too.
kind of want to see that movie. And sadly, this wasn't it.
No,
No,
it
it
was
was
not
not.
even close.
This wasn't it. This was...
It could be a
this-
horror story from Jennifer Lawrence's point of view,
This-
and it was, but it wasn't. We weren't watching a horror movie.
No, this wasn't a horror movie. It just wasn't.
She said in interviews she'll never do another movie like this again.
I don't blame her.
Yeah.
I mean, she was saying that how torturous
Natalie
it was.
Portman
Like,
didn't.
if a scene was like out of focus, and Aronofsky said, "Oh, we got to reshoot it," and there was a couple. She said, "It's like we really have to do this again."
And he said, "Yeah."
And I don't blame her. I mean, she was tortured.
I feel sorry
I
for
mean,
the
nobody's worked with him twice.
Yeah.
Right?
Really?
No,
I mean,
yeah, nobody-
Requiem for a Dream, Pie,
Yeah, nobody
Black
likes
Swan.
him.
Nobody's worked with him
No, yeah,
twice.
you're right.
So it's like a trial by fire. And
He produces a great, he produces a bankable product for whatever studio he happens to be working for.
Yeah.
He produces a sellable product every single time. People will be interested, they will be intrigued, they will watch it, there will be a celebrity that will want to sign on because
Yeah.
of the last project, but then will never want to work with them again.
Yeah.
Well, but I mean, really, where are they based that off of? Just Black Swan, right? Because Pie and Requiem for a Dream weren't commercially successful.
And Wrestler was supposed to be a
No.
good movie. I haven't seen
Wrestler,
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
that was-
but-
the wrestler was great.
And he did know it. That was a.
No, but Requiem for a Dream did make its money back because of that teeny tiny little budget.
Okay.
That's all they care about. Because
Yeah.
again, commercially successful
Is money.
means
Making
one
money
thing
back.
to us in the seats
Yeah.
versus the guys in the suits.
Yeah.
Right?
If you make your money back and make $1 more, you will get another job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Requiem for a Dream, not much in the way of special effects.
Yeah.
I mean, it had like a dancing refrigerator.
Yeah, there's just not. But you know what? Everybody's at least seen it.
That's
Yeah.
true. And
You know?
and
You may not see it's your favorite movie, but everybody at least has heard of it, seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Kind of knows the basic plot line.
oh, it's
I do know that.
it's a badge of honor if you see that movie twice.
kind of. kind of.
I had the poster.
Yeah.
And I read
Ass to ass.
I read the book.
I'll tell you who doesn't have the poster of that movie. Anybody that starred in that movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe,
again-
maybe Marlon Wayans, because that's his one. Well, actually,
Dramatic
that's the word.
breakout.
Well, it was
Yeah,
one
yeah.
dramatic role. Okay, yeah, but
Yeah, that's
I don't think Jennifer Connelly
Jared Leto.
or Jared Leto have that poster and be like, "Oh, we love the process and love it so much."
Who's
well,
the-
maybe Jared Leto. I don't know.
Well,
He's
Jared
weird.
Leto is
Let's,
his walls are covered.
let's get
in 30
back on
Seconds to
target.
Mars poster.
Yeah.
True.
Let's
So,
get back on
but
target.
this is
So,
but this is an Aronofsky movie. I
Yeah.
thought it was gonna be a horror movie. I personally was disappointed when it wasn't, and it turns out it's Jennifer Lawrence in a house in the middle of nowhere, with her
rebuilding the
husband,
house with her husband.
Who gets massively
Who's a
inconvenienced by other
poet.
people.
He's a poet, and
Yeah.
she's constantly rebuilding this house.
Yeah.
That went through a horrible fire and
Yeah.
blaze. We see a shot of it right at the very beginning, where you're seeing flames glistening off. So something happened, and we're seeing J-Law fixing up this house with her husband, calmly, isolated in the country, with
In the middle
no
of
one
nowhere.
around.
Even on the wide shot, there isn't a driveway or a road up to the house.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah,
Right,
very,
yeah.
very
There's
subservient.
no driveway. There's no way to get to this place.
It's very subserviently and agreeingly.
It's very green. It's very
Yeah.
left alone.
That's true. It is very.
It is very serene. I'll give you that. So they set it up pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
For well,
It's hard to say what it's about
for-
without going into spoilers, though.
well, it's-
Yeah.
okay. Well,
The basic plot is woman is fixing up a house with her husband that's kind of unattentive, and more people keep showing up
and
because they love his work.
right, and he keeps ignoring her for them.
Yes.
Yes.
Essentially, what happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The overall arching
For his
thing.
fans.
He enjoys the fanfare.
He
Yeah.
enjoys
Who the hell
fanfare,
doesn't?
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I do.
You did something good. Yay!
Yeah, and
Yay!
it starts out with him trying to write again. Then he managed to write again, and all hell breaks loose.
That's
Literally.
pretty I don't think IMDb would have done any better.
Yeah, literally. That's
We could- we-
as vague
we-
as possible.
We could do our traditional. I'll fill you in, Carl, because it's your first time. You too, Casey. Traditionally, what we'll do is we'll read
Do you want to look it up and see what it
whatever.
says?
Just to see how close you are.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, Casey, you're on the draw. You have the honor, sir.
I've read the IMDb synopsis multiple times.
Well, let's see how close
No, yeah,
we
and-
kind of were
and,
after seeing the movie. To just give you
I've got good news for Guy.
No, thank you.
He's a marksman.
He's a marksman. All right.
what do we got? Just for the spoiler-free synopsis.
Waiting on the 4G connection.
All right.
We did.
I think this is it. A couple's relationship is tested when uninvited guests arrive at their home, disrupting their tranquil existence. That's it.
well done.
Bingo.
That sounds pretty damn
Ding, ding, ding,
vague
ding,
and
ding,
guys
ding.
right on.
Yeah, yeah, that's about right.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty much the plot.
But
But it's nuts because it's Aronofsky, so there's this really
Yeah.
deep subplot,
Yeah.
which is just so overreaching. But
he's like looking
that's
into the
him.
abyss.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's him. That's what he does. I mean, the first like 45 minutes to an hour, I'm laughing my fucking head off.
Well, it
right.
seems like a dream.
No, it seems hysterical.
Well,
Just-
it's hysterical,
just
but it
keeps
seems
shitting
like
on
a
Jennifer
yeah.
Lawrence again. and
Yeah,
again.
yeah, yeah.
I'm like, oh my god.
That's why it kind of seems
I
like a
was never
dream,
her
like she's
biggest
gonna
fan.
wake up at some point.
yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
put this in context. I prayed that it wasn't a dream.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll circle back to that. We'll call back to that later. But I was like, I couldn't help myself. It was so funny.
No, it was hilarious.
She was getting neglected, insulted, just everything bad you could like. With how can you like grin fuck her worse?
Yeah.
It was people constantly just smiling at her and then essentially
Yeah,
telling her
saying,
to go
"Fuck
fuck
off."
herself.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
single character,
I never-
including your husband.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this is great. She can't catch a break. I love this.
I never.
I mean,
thought
I feel so sorry, but I love it. It's so funny.
I never thought I'd feel worse for Jennifer Lawrence after the fappening happened.
No.
Somehow this movie made me feel even worse for her. And
Well, I mean, I don't feel bad for her.
okay.
The character.
Really,
The character,
It
yeah.
was hard for me to separate it at times, just because.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's just because she's a really good actress.
No, because the way it's
Well-
filmed, it's like I feel bad for the fucking cameraman because god damn.
Well, yeah,
Half
it
the
was-
time it seemed like she was carrying the camera or was mounted on her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
'Cause
the
it was
exact
like-
same shot throughout the entire movie. Like,
Yeah.
can we get one wide shot, please?
Yeah,
Just
it was-
one
it was-
fucking wide shot,
Yeah, I
so
noticed
you
that
can
too.
see what's going on.
It was a 50mm lens the entire time, just floating around handheld around this busted up house.
I will say this though,
Constantly.
every time there was a wide shot, you could tell she was barefoot. She never has shoes on. And
Yeah.
what I was saying too about her never leaving the threshold of the house.
Yeah, she doesn't.
No, she does.
She does.
In the very beginning, she actually walks outside on the porch, but never leaves the
Well, no,
actual
but she's
house.
on the porch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
she's
think
on the
she-
porch. Yeah.
No, but you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
she's on the porch. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like on the precipice.
She leaves
Yeah.
the foundation.
Right.
Yeah.
She can get so close, before the force field stops her. or
Yeah,
some
there's
shit. Like,
still the white voodoo sand line.
Yeah, yeah.
She's right there, but not quite.
Well, I mean, everybody gave her shit for the first hour, and out of my disappointment that this wasn't a horror movie, I found one of the best unsung comedy
Yeah,
I'd seen.
yeah, because it is kind of fucking hilarious.
It was just constantly just shit all over Jennifer Lawrence, and much like you, I mean, I had a hard time separating her from the character a lot because she gives the same fucking face, which is just this stunned shock look with her jaw down and her eyes wide open, like what
I
is?
can't believe you just said that.
Yeah,
how-
like that. What
how
the
could-
fuck? Yeah.
What? But what? Huh?
It
What?
should be called Jennifer Lawrence What the Fuck Face for the whole movie.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah.
So just being shocked and confused. That one face. She had that on like the entire fucking movie. There wasn't really a scene where she doesn't pull that face
Yeah,
off.
why is this happening? What do you... This is my house.
Yeah,
Stop that.
Yeah.
There were many points where I wanted her to basically kick Javier Bardem in the balls.
Yeah.
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 Why are you treating me like this?
Yeah.
Like, was their relationship always like that?
Yeah.
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 It's like that's impossible. They could never
How
fall
did
in
they?
love.
Yeah, how did they get married? Yeah.
But I mean,
The age difference was throwing me again until I figured out the subplot,
Yeah.
the secret subplot.
The
which
super pretentious subplot.
It
yeah.
was.
Yeah.
It kind of was. But whatever. He's done kind of before. You were mentioning that earlier. He's kind of ventured these waters before.
Now, did he write the script?
I don't know if he's
I think-
credited as
I think he did. In fact, I heard he wrote it in like 5 days
did?
or something like that. Just
That
in
explains
some
a lot.
Seriously short amount of time.
5 days.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I don't think they wrote the In and Out menu in 5 days.
No,
not the secret one.
Yeah, God. Yeah, he needed a real secret menu in this.
That movie definitely got
This actually no. That's a great example.
What?
The In-N-Out menu and this script.
Yeah.
There's a secret menu. At some point, it goes animal style. But only really at the end, and you kind of have to understand what the secret menu is before you can actually get to animal style and have it
Yeah.
make any kind of sense. Otherwise, it's like someone fucked up on all of your fries.
A lot of grilled onions and special bread.
Right, and it took about 5 days to probably cook that up.
Yeah.
So,
Well, on the 7th day they rested.
and that is
God.
true. In-N-Out's like never closed. So that's the one difference.
That's true. They're religious, but like Chick-fil-A is closed on Sundays, but
Well,
In-N-Out is
what
not.
doesn't In-N-Out have something religious at the bottom of their
The
cups?
cups, yeah, they
What
have
does
a
it say?
scripture. It says John something.
It says
or other.
what? It says something. I know that because a lot of late nights, like hot rod night on Fridays.
I mean,
In-N-Out.
I watched wrestling growing up, so I would automatically go to John 3:16. Like Austin.
Well, anything that's in the stands, it's always John
Yeah.
3:16.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I've seen it at countless sporting events. Couldn't tell you what the fuck it is.
I've spent a lot of lonely nights in hotels, and I've cracked open. That's the first page I go to, John 3:16. But I couldn't tell you what.
It's a good
That's
read.
that's what you do in hotels.
Yeah, I'm a pretty pious guy. at the Best Western.
Basically, it says if you believe in Jesus, you'll be able to kick a lot of ass.
Really?
So, which is why you always hear at sports games.
Really?
It doesn't literally say that, but that's the general gist of.
The Lord is with
yanking my
you.
chain,
Score
or
an
are you
extra
serious?
point. The Lord is
Oh,
the Lord's on your side.
For he who believes in me shall never die. Like, it's like that.
Okay, so that's why they're like.
That just sounds like you
Giving
could get
thanks.
beat up a lot and not
It's the
die.
patron saint of 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. He who believes in me, you shall live again. No, I would liken it to the In-N-Out menu.
Yeah. Speaking of which, should we go with non-spoiler thoughts and get into spoilers so we can actually talk about this?
Yeah.
I think I just gave you my non-spoiler thoughts. Thank you for the analogy, Karl.
Yeah,
I'm going
that
to
was
run with
good.
that. This
Yeah.
is the In-N-Out menu version of the movie. It's even fucking religious.
Yeah, I'm hungry, so I'm just relating everything to fast.
I'm hungry. I thought there was going to be more.
Well,
I
Yeah.
didn't. I didn't.
Yeah.
That's what I get. I should have ordered more.
I'm gonna say,
Fries weren't as hot as I thought they were going to be.
what, see it?
Just wasn't. What?
See it like matinee, maybe?
This movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I say
it's a matinee movie.
It's a matinee, so you can unpack it.
Yeah, this is definitely not one of those you had to see it opening night. I mean,
No,
unless
no,
you're
no.
a big Aronofsky fan.
As
Unless
long
you're
as
a
you.
diehard Aronofsky fan, then yeah. By all
Yeah,
means.
last night, as soon as it was over, some kid ran out of the theater. Just like bolted.
like a kid? Do you mean like a young kid?
Maybe mid
young man.
20s,
Okay,
early
20.
20s. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you ran out of the theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just thump, 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 and he just runs out.
I've walked out
Okay.
of the movie once.
Well,
I
it made an
never
impression.
Yeah, it can't help but do that.
He probably called his mom and told her he's sorry for shitting on her all those years.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was meaning about.
Yeah, I'd say see it because it's just, it is. I'm trying to think of a hooker catchphrase on it.
Hooker catchphrase. Love you long time? It won't. It just
One
won't.
of the most fucked up unintentional comedies you'll see this year.
Adam, what do you think? Do you
Yeah.
see it? Don't see it?
I would definitely say see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as you know you're going to see a potential art house movie,
Yeah.
not a horror movie.
With
As long as you remember that.
subtext.
Good point. I agree with that.
What do you think, Casey?
Casey?
See it?
Well, I mean, the subtext was.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely see it. But,
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
since nobody asked me, I'll go ahead and give my thoughts.
no, we went around here next.
Yeah.
Oh, I am? Okay.
We go in a star formation.
Sorry, only child.
It's a dog eat dog. It's like we're trying to kill Jennifer Lawrence's baby. Who can get to it first?
Gotcha. It's my only child complex coming through. I need attention at some point. I definitely say see it. I say that strongly. And here's why. It's because in this Hollywood age of remakes and warmed over shit,
And soft
He took a-
reboots.
Oh, I know where you're going with
he
this one.
took a risk.
Variety said the same thing.
It was out there.
They're right.
It was okay. It's an allegory. It's based on a story as old as human civilization. Maybe not that old, but
Maybe not that old.
but as old as Western civilization. And I want to see more of that. So I was happy that I gave my $10.50 to put towards that. I consider it kind of an investment.
And it's a wide release too.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not like an
No,
art house theater.
You don't have to go to some underground theater in Austin to find it.
Yeah, Paramount's like, we got to get our money, put it out everywhere.
And it's also not bad to have movies out there that where everything isn't out in the open,
Yeah.
and it makes
Yeah.
you think,
Yeah.
and it doesn't necessarily end in a happy ending.
Right.
And I've spent a couple hours thinking about this, and I didn't get a chance. I know you posted something about Reddit articles, and the guy obviously and John read it because they say they know what it's supposed to be about.
Yeah.
I didn't read it, and I keep flip-flopping, and we'll talk about this more, I guess, when the spoilers
Yeah,
come out, like
yeah.
what I think it's about. So
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing to have a movie make you think,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we should have
So
more
I'd
of
say
those.
definitely see it.
Whether it makes you think negatively or positively, I mean, and it's not like it was like just inflammatory. I mean, it was definitely controversial, but I think it at least was thoughtfully controversial.
Yeah.
It may not have worked for everybody, but
I mean, considering the subject matter, I think anybody that would be offended by it would actually love the movie.
Yeah.
But the people that would be the
Once
most
they got over their
staunchly
offense.
offended
Yeah.
by this movie would love this movie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
it's an interesting way to think about it.
Because of how he put it up on screen.
Yeah.
And again, as much as and I'll take huge jabs at this movie, I don't even want to get into plot holes. But yeah, I agree with the Variety article I read. I agree with what you just said too, which is it was something new.
Yeah.
It was an experiment.
Yeah.
And Paramount put it out there.
Yeah,
Good for them.
A big
Good
studio.
for them because they didn't have to.
Right.
They could have shoved it down to some subsidiary.
Absolutely.
They didn't. They put it out there and said, we're going to try something new. It's not a superhero movie. It's not an 80s remake movie. We're going to try something new.
Yeah, I'm hoping the conversation
That's cool.
continues because I think, I mean, I don't know, I'm not the most connected and in tune with the world at large, the way they think, and what they're talking about, and what's going through the talk and news cycle. But I think that I've heard more, at least rumbling that is built up with people just talking about it, more so than a lot of movies that I've gone and seen, where it has a first week and then it just kind of washes away and fades away, and everyone forgets about it. I've actually heard a little bit of talk ramping up and people actually trying to dissect it and figure it out, or even just.
I'm sure it'll have tons of the movie explained.
Well,
videos on YouTube.
I mean, from
podcasts,
what I found out when I did some research online, just seeing how it's being received, critics actually really like it. Unfortunately, the viewing audiences really don't like it.
Yeah, because they don't.
And this is
it's
one
too-
of those.
It can be
weird,
too much
like,
for some people.
It's like we've been to movies where critics bombed on a movie and I hate that movie, and then legions of fans love that movie for stupid reasons.
Yeah.
Complete opposite. Critics really like this movie, but nobody's going to go see it. Nobody walks out of the theater in droves saying, "I love it. I can't wait to see it again."
Yeah.
They're not getting that audience. So I agree with you. I'd love to see Paramount keep doing more experimental stuff and keep doing stuff that isn't a superhero movie, that isn't a Star Wars movie, that isn't an 80s reboot movie. Breaking that far. I'm happy with that, and I'm super happy Paramount took the chance and didn't shove it down to some little art house label. They did it and released it wide. That's awesome. But the future, when you were talking about, of whether or not they're going to keep doing this, is based entirely on whether or not they make their nut.
Yeah.
They don't make their nut, and it doesn't look like they're doing it. Not that it costs a fortune to make this movie. Like the special effects, it didn't take a fortune to do them. But the actors got paid.
Yeah.
Aronofsky definitely got paid. So I don't know what the break even for. I don't know how much.
But let me ask you one thing though: if they had actually been honest with the marketing of this movie,
Right.
instead of saying like what it actually was,
Nobody would have went to see
I
it.
think it would have ruined it. I never would have saw it.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I thought about that.
Yeah.
I had been I tried to be honest with myself.
Yeah.
Would I go see this movie? And we're imminently gonna get the spoilers.
No, we're in spoilers already.
Right? All right.
We already gave our opinions. but yeah.
So imminently, if this was about
Wait,
what it's about.
what do you think it's about? Because he might not know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We're imminently getting there. But
yeah.
he doesn't know yet.
Yeah.
I see kind of. If I knew what it was about, I never would have saw it.
Yeah,
See,
I would have seen it, but it would have been a different experience entirely.
Yeah.
Because I would have been looking for all those things.
No,
What the fuck?
I was
They're after you guys.
Oh shit!
I was fully on the it's going to be a horror movie train.
Yeah.
and that's what I was. That's what I went in expecting. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be clutching my armrests and
You have clenched fists every now and then. Yeah.
And so, if I had known what it was, would I have seen it? I would not have gone to see it opening weekend.
Yeah.
Maybe I would have seen it when it came out on video. Maybe I would have pirated the thing. I don't know.
Yeah, or after you heard what people were talking about, it's batshit crazy, it's fucked up, it's this. You've been like, maybe we could check it out. So, yes, what do you think
Okay,
it's
so what
about?
I think it's about.
Yeah, what do you think it's
And I'm comparing this to Christianity because that's the religion I have the most familiarity with as growing up.
Praise Allah, but whatever.
And so, what's that? Praise Allah. believe me.
No, I'm a lapsed
offense.
Catholic. You
Yeah,
say whatever you
I've
want.
been in a
dude.
fucking church in 20 years, so
Hey.
so I might not
Well,
remember
hey,
it
no,
clearly.
I'm in the club.
But so I think the little and it's okay to say this, right? The spoilers. and everything?
Spoilers, you can say
We're
whatever
into
you want.
spoiler territory.
Okay, so that little rock thing, that little heart-shaped rock that he has,
Yeah.
I think it represents Jennifer Lawrence's soul, and the fact that he removes that from her at the end is like her soul living forever because she said, I still love you, and so this is almost to me like. And also Javier represents God. The child is his son, so that would be Jesus. There's a scene where they're literally eating the body of Jesus,
Yeah.
as like a I guess
Communion.
a communion, right?
Body
definitely.
of Christ.
And
Blood of Christ.
and the overall theme of it is that God's going to put you through these trials and tribulations, and if you still come out of that loving Him, then your soul is going to live forever. That's what I took from it.
Oh wow.
It's an interesting. I mean,
Yeah, I
it's
never
respect-
never saw that. Yeah.
I mean,
We're all good. Do you know what it's about?
But
Yeah.
but I have several
Yeah,
things
you
that,
do? Okay,
that
so-
contradict that.
No, it's
That-
okay.
that's why I'm, like, flip-flopping. I guess we
We'll go
can get
through
to
the
those
whole movie.
later.
I totally agree with him. Like you can map out throughout the movie beat by beat of how this is. It's basically the story of Genesis, and starts off first they're all alone, then the first man comes, and he's obviously Adam, and then Eve comes, and and there's that great shot where you can see like that a piece of his rib is missing, and that's when I
He has a
when I
cut
kinda-
on his side. Yeah.
Where okay, and
Exactly
this is
where-
another
yeah,
fucked up
yeah.
thing. I came in. It said the movie started at 8:15.
Yes.
I got there at 8:20. They started the movie at 8:15. There were no
There's
previews.
no previews.
I didn't fucking know that. So I
Were
missed
there?
the
Oh, there were
first.
previews. There were previews on ours and ours.
Yeah, I thought that
I
was
missed the first 5
We
minutes
had,
of the movie.
yeah.
I don't
Because
remember.
there was that was that lame snowman one.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
Snowman.
Yeah.
Snowman.
Yeah.
And that one about the surgeons. I kind of want to see that one.
Okay.
Oh, and
Yeah,
wasn't there the
Oh,
Flatliners?
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's right. We got Flatliners as a.
yeah, we got Flatliners too last night. And back to the movie.
Stay on target.
Yes. Yes.
Our catchphrase.
Stay on
is
target.
stolen, ripped
Yes.
right from A New Hope,
Yep.
which is stay on target, stay on target, because we get sidetracked easily.
Recommit.
Yeah, it's supposed to be about Jennifer Lawrence's Mother Nature, the house is the earth,
Yep.
Javier Bardem is God, and the story of humans and their relationships
It's the
told through stories of the Bible.
The first,
That's what it is.
The first poem he wrote that blew everybody away is the Old Testament.
Yeah,
The new
yeah.
one that he's working on is the New Testament.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
The first wave of people that come into the house
Yeah.
are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of them come into the house. They're the disciples.
Are
Yeah.
you serious?
That's yeah.
Wow.
There was 12
They
exactly.
somebody pulled a screenshot and put it up there. Like if you actually count the guy, the
After the
first
funeral.
wave, right?
For the
first wave,
for Cain and Abel's funeral.
right.
Yeah,
The first
yeah.
wave.
On its way to
There's
take 2 sons.
That was Cain and Abel's
That's
came to the
right.
house,
That's
one of them
Cain and
died.
Abel.
Yeah.
There's 12 disciples show up. Yep.
And then our other favorite line, they don't stand on the sink, it's not braced. When they break the sink, water
Right.
starts going everywhere, and
That's the flood.
That's the flood. Yeah.
everybody
That is-
clears out. Everybody's gone. It's just the two of them again. Yeah.
Yep.
See,
That's when she gets pregnant, and then all fucking hell breaks loose.
It's Aronofsky saying, "How can I retell
Yeah.
the Old Testament and the New Testament, throw it all in there, and make it commercial?
and then there was
How can I do that?"
there was another part that I read where, in this part, I don't know if I agree that it was totally on track, but Michelle Pfeiffer's character constantly trying to go into Javier Bardem's room, his office, or whatever.
That would be
the
Eve.
Garden of Eden.
Yeah, and she said, I picked up on this last night. She said, I want to create a paradise.
Yep.
When it was just the four of them,
Yep.
and Eve was kind of like Eve and Satan, because Satan doesn't really show up.
Well, she's. I mean, if you're reading the story, she's.
She's
We're,
both.
we're meant
and
to
then-
think she's inherently evil.
Yeah, yeah,
She's
she's-
original.
Yeah, and she's both. Yeah.
Someone said something.
I'm super
represented
glad
the
Rachel's
apple
not paying
that you were
attention to
supposed
that.
do.
That's it then, yeah. When they break that
Oh,
thing,
when
that's
they
her
break,
eating the
when
apple.
they break the
Yeah.
And then they immediately go into the room, and Ed Harris starts finger blasting Michelle Pfeiffer.
I love that part.
That was a good part.
How about that oil furnace in the basement?
Yeah, there's one thing though that I still have a problem with. What was the shit J-Law kept drinking.
Yes,
Putting it in
that-
it was like,
fucking, like
That one kept throwing me.
what the fuck was that?
That one kept throwing me, and even I didn't figure out.
That was emergency. She had bad allergies.
She,
Yeah.
you know, she didn't get sick once. So all the shit she went
Yeah.
through, you didn't see
Yeah.
her sniffle
Yeah.
at
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
Immune system on
I'm
point.
coming off of a cold right now. I didn't see one unhealthy thing about her complexion, really.
Yeah.
Good for the makeup department.
Yep.
And for airborne into her. You know.
Yeah.
I just kept noticing the furnace downstairs.
Yeah,
So
what-
the
what-
furnace. And well, we're meant to believe that,
That was kind of hell.
it's kind of the planet, paradise. It's
Well, yeah,
Earth.
and it was
Is
kind
that-
of hell because
Is
like
that kind of hell?
like,
It seems
Wa-
like kind
I will
of.
say this: on a second
It's
watching, you're
scary.
looking for all the things once you know, because there wasn't a downstairs that we saw until the blood dripped through the floor,
Yeah.
and the furnace lit up, and the
Yeah.
wall shook
Yep.
and everything.
That's true. The downstairs.
Didn't
thing, I
it?
didn't think about that.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was-
and the furnace lit by itself as soon as you
Yeah,
walked down
yeah,
there
exactly.
after the son was killed.
It was
yeah,
properly luring me into like maybe this is a horror movie.
Yeah.
Maybe I
Yeah.
will get my Christmas wish
Yeah,
for this movie.
Yeah.
it has
No.
to bump in the night kind of thing.
Then
Second.
it just gets ignored, and she just puts a rug over it, and then
Yeah.
whatever.
Did the
And
Reddit
then
thing-
We never revisit it.
Did the Reddit thing say anything about the symbolism of the frog?
Yeah, I don't know. I
Like,
didn't know
is
what that
The
was.
plague or
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what I read.
Yep.
See, I didn't read the
You got
Reddit
it.
thing.
Frogs. It's all in there.
It's all in that.
It's all
thing.
in there. Yep.
And
I can give you two really, really long books.
his New Testament all on one page. That must have been the abridged version.
Yeah.
This is the Cliff Notes,
The-
as read by Oscar winners. So, if you want to do the Cliff Notes of the Bible, as read by Oscar winners, this is.
I probably
Yeah.
would still be going to church if they were showing stuff like Mother.
Yeah.
When
I don't know if Eve was played on Michelle Pfeiffer. Okay.
Check it out, guys.
Yeah.
The world's starting.
There's a rocket. Everybody look at the sky.
Vandenberg's launching.
Oh, Vandenberg. Wow, we're podcasting. We're witnessing.
So
a Vandenberg
conducive to
missile
what
launch.
we're talking
Guys,
about.
I've only got an hour.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
Yep. We're all gonna
Me
die.
without
The
my-
more you know.
Nice,
No,
nice.
just Vandenberg. It's
Na, na, na,
like
na,
50
na.
miles away. We're cool.
I wish we had LeVar Burton with us right now.
you don't have to take my word for it.
And I didn't bring my camera.
So we just saw a rocket flying through the air.
Yes, we did.
Yep, we did.
Close enough to an airport.
No, it's still going.
That's pretty fucking crazy.
Well, I'm glad they didn't do it at 4 a.m. like they normally do. I'm serious. That's when they normally do it. They shoot them up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Specifically so they don't bother people
Yeah.
in Lompoc and Santa Maria and anybody else that's closer that will hear that fucker going off.
Oh, really? You can hear it going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, what it does when they do that, it wakes you up just long enough to know something woke you up and the sound's gone so you fall asleep.
Right. So they said, well, we can't do it in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Because reasons. And we don't want to do it like in the middle of the night, really, because that'll actually bother people.
Yeah.
So let's do it at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
And they do it because they just feel, well, fuck people of Lompoc. We don't care. They're,
I mean,
That's what
that's-
most people feel
they're
about
still
Lompoc.
up.
That's
They're
how the
still,
world
That's
feels.
how, yeah.
They're still up
That's how the
smoking
world
meth at 4
feels
o'clock in the
about
morning. Come on. let's
Yeah,
be
that
honest.
actually starting to look like a failure.
Well, no, I mean,
Whoa.
really see. Oh, that's first stage.
Yeah.
That's just first stage.
You're a failure. Wait, what?
So?
Dad, is that you?
Just the first stage coming off. I'll put it in movie terms. Okay, Apollo 13.
all right. Let's,
Hanks is on the rocket. It goes off, and then all of a sudden it breaks apart a little bit. And you're like, oh shit, did they jump into the climax already? Nope. Just the first part of the rocket's falling back to Earth.
all right, let's
Anyway.
let's get back on target.
Yeah.
Stay on target.
Stay on target.
Stay on target.
So where were we?
We were rehashing the Bible.
We were just talking about Kristen Wiig and how awesome she was in this movie.
Oh, I forgot about her.
Yeah.
Now that's one thing I did not put together.
Now she's the
Who was Kristen Wiig, the publisher?
She was the people.
No, but does she represent like the church?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she was
yeah,
like
she was
the
the
high
church.
priest. She
I
was the
think-
pope.
Really?
Because she was in charge. She was
I
in
think-
charge of the
She
whole.
was the publisher.
She was in charge of the whole concentration camp lockup and everything, giving
Oh, you're
orders.
right.
as to what
Yeah,
the
you're
disciples were supposed to do.
Right. So wait
Yeah.
a minute. I didn't pick up on that one. Really.
I didn't
Even when we
either.
were watching it, I didn't know who she represented.
Yeah, I didn't either.
But that makes this movie
So she's the church.
like
Yeah,
right away,
she's the church.
Makes
Yeah.
it just more awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a movie in which Kristen Wiig represents
the church.
the Christian
Yeah.
And cuts people's heads off.
Who would
Yeah,
thought
and
you-
cuts people's
Who
well.
would've thought-
No,
I've never
no,
seen
she didn't
Chris-
cut people's heads off. She
Aronofsky
had
makes
them
it a
killed.
point to
Yeah.
take a comedic actor and make them dramatic, like Marlon.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's
Yeah.
true, Casey.
Yeah.
You're goddamn right.
Yeah, there's just
Who's
like,
next? Louis C.K.
see at the end it felt like Brazil.
I want Louis C.K. playing like Abraham.
The end of this movie felt like the end of Brazil. That's what I kept kind of hoping
Yeah.
was going to
And you
happen.
kept saying that in the theater.
That's because of how it felt.
You like halfway through.
Totally-
I remember you had a great line.
Yeah, didn't we already see this movie, Brazil?
Yeah, it was called Brazil.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, everything kept getting more and more
I
and
remember
more
turning around and
fucked
being
up.
like-
Yeah.
Oh, we see more rocket amazingness.
No.
No,
No, it's
don't
gone.
worry. Don't get up.
No, it's gone. Oh,
There's
well.
nothing.
There's nothing. Don't waste your time.
It's gone.
Back to Mother. More important.
Yeah.
So it's essentially a retelling of the Old Testament, the New Testament, and then every little criticism you could ever have about organized Christianity.
Yeah.
Because it's in there.
It had the different
Because
sects, it had the wars,
the
yeah,
world goes
all
to
of that
hell.
shit, yeah.
It goes to hell. The people
It
are
even
going
started
to
out.
turn into psychopaths.
Yeah, it even started out with God putting His mark on people. Then
Yep.
somebody else was doing it
Yep.
for Him. Give me the copy of this. No, give
Right.
it to me. You don't know what it says. You don't know what
Yes.
it means.
Yes.
Yep.
You don't understand it.
Yep.
Yes, I do. All
Yep.
that shit. Yeah.
Yep. And then everybody starts killing each other over it.
All inside the house.
Yeah, all inside the house,
Yeah.
which is representing our planet. I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
yeah, and that's what.
And I guess all the
That's-
little factions shooting at each other, all the different religions,
Yeah,
all the different people.
that all
like,
came from the same home.
I believe in a different person in the sky. Than
Yeah,
you.
and like he
you must die.
Yeah, and like he said, everybody.
Sky cake.
It
Famous
means
Patton Oswalt routine.
it means a different
Sky cake.
thing, and like he said, it means a different thing to every person.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
These were. I feel like these words were written for me, and they're all saying that. Yeah, it's
Oh, right. Yeah.
That's what I mean.
He's
On a-
speaking to me.
Yeah, on a second viewing, there's
Only
like
ever. This is the only thing
so
that's
much
ever
more
spoke
there,
to me
yeah.
personally. Yep.
Damn it! Now I have to see it again.
Yeah, now I have to too.
No, armed with this information, you will want to see it like I did.
Yeah.
And then try to pick all these little Easter eggs out.
Yeah.
It is, when knowing this information, it is just fraught with Easter eggs. They're
Yeah.
everywhere. You know?
well, the whole movie is an Easter egg.
Right. If you liked watching 10 years of Marvel movies,
Yeah.
looking for things that look like what we're going to see in
Yeah.
the next Avengers movie,
Yeah,
this is not that far off. There's Easter eggs everywhere, but they're all
yeah, and like the thing that throws it off is in the Bible it doesn't give a fuck about Mother Nature at all,
It's not a
and
priority.
in the movie, Mother
Well,
Nature is a character. Is
You mean the
2
movie,
out of 3
the
characters?
movie made in 2017?
Yeah, it's 2 out of 3 characters in the story of the history of man through the stories of the Bible.
Are there any? Wait, so we still don't know what that yellow powder was.
No,
right?
does it-
But
didn't
kinda
make any
glows.
sense.
Are there any references in the Bible to the sun healing Earth in that way or
Nothing
something?
I can
Or
remember.
because it would always like glow
When she would get, when she would get,
That's a decent.
when she would start to feel
hypothesis.
sick, she would pour that out and drink it, and she was fine.
Could, but how easy would it have been to just use the sun?
Yeah, her going
as
outside
an
on the
example?
patio.
Like,
Yeah.
well, this is powered by solar, and I need this because it helps you paint.
Or even
or
a plant,
whatever.
or like even a plant
So yeah,
that she
something-
would water or something like
yeah,
that.
but then
you know,
Aronofsky would be like, no, that's too obvious.
that's too. Yeah,
We can't
'Cause
use
so much of this movie is subtle.
We can't. Yeah, exactly. It's all really, really supposed to be symbolism.
But now,
Yeah.
so God,
So
in
I guess you can't use the
Christianity,
sun as the sun. Although I'm still mystified by what that shit is. I
Yeah,
like
it
his
does-
explanation, Carl's explanation, which it's airborne.
Yeah, airborne
Because
emergency.
I really-
Yeah,
emergency, yeah.
Yeah, or I'm sorry, air emergency. Yeah, I don't see what that really is. I'm sure it means something. There's
did-
no reason she
absolutely.
kept doing
Well,
it.
and it was-
and then she just discards it, right?
and she
Yeah,
threw it away
at
as
some
soon as she threw it away as soon as she got pregnant.
She did. She did. She, gets rid
dumped
of
it out in the toilet
But
and was
if you
done
know,
with
she
it.
kept doing it every single time she was stressed out.
Yeah,
Right.
Almost as if like, oh, I need a Xanax now. I can't
Yeah,
take these
yeah.
fucking people in my house. I'm like, all right, well, that's a weird way to take your pill. But okay, whatever. I have no idea what it is. I just
And
know
what-
it was what preceded it always was imminent stress, like
yeah,
crazy
lots of
for
stress.
her.
Yeah,
where she was just upset with something and just had to get away for a second, and then she just did that.
Now, my question is, among many,
Please write to us.
Yeah.
Some guy in John.
so in Christianity, God created the universe. God created nature.
Yes.
God created,
Everything, yeah.
So then wouldn't Mother Nature be like his daughter?
Well, that's the age difference.
Yeah.
You see, because they have to put a line of dialogue in there just to explain it, because the audience is like, why the fuck would this older kid, why the fuck would Anton?
Yeah, and they didn't have names, and I like that they did that well enough that you noticed, but it wasn't a problem.
They hid the names enough. I mean, they kind of did, but it wasn't really. Nobody really calls anybody by name.
There wasn't
well,
I'm saying it was written. It was written in such a way that nobody had to use a name to get somebody's attention.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't really come out that much.
Yeah, they would just walk up to him and say, "Hey, what's going on?"
Yeah, it was all very one.
Yeah.
Well, it worked when you just wanted to be rude to Jennifer Lawrence. You
Yeah.
just walk up to her and just start saying, like, I think you should dress like this. But by the way, you have a lovely house.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
either verbally or physically smack.
Oh, I know how to paint. I've been painting for a long time. Let me paint.
Yeah.
No, I'll paint. I love that. That's for every single person who wants to terraform the planet.
Yeah, yeah.
Anybody who wants to make changes to the planet. No, I know how to paint this planet.
So now the people that were painting, I read that maybe those were people that were maybe environmentalists or is that?
Not necessarily.
I mean, that's a little bit too narrow, I guess.
I mean, anybody that's having an impact.
Well, they were the other side. They were the people doing whatever they wanted, and not living in harmony with nature, thinking they were.
We moved in here. This is
Yeah.
ours now.
Gotcha.
We didn't ask anybody. We're just here.
We're remaking it.
We're here at the behest of our leader,
Yeah.
our Lord, our poet, and we're gonna make it like the way we like it. And don't worry, Mother Earth.
Yeah.
We got this. We know what we're doing. It's gonna look better like this.
Yeah.
It would look way better if we had a dam here.
And Mother Nature's
Nobody needs
so
it. Nobody needs this
sort
right
of.
now.
Yeah.
She's absolutely put up. This is not.
That could be like the expansion of man
Well, also
and exerting their control over the environment.
Well, the painting thing. There was a big snippet in just the which one? The Variety article. The Variety one. There's a big chunk when they talk about the painting thing, and about she's very deliberate. She takes very small amounts, checks them out. What color do I really want this for? He comes in as kind of a bitch and just kind of inherently evil, like the story says. When people come in and they're like, "No, I've painted for years. I know what I'm doing. No
Use the
problem."
big rollers.
They just big rollers and just whatever fucking color they want. They're using different colors.
Yeah.
If you're really close,
Use gray or something.
yeah, there's gray, there's white, there's everybody's kind of all over the place.
Well,
But everybody is very certain with a big shitty grin on their face of, I'm doing the right thing. Don't worry, I got this covered. I just wanted to do you a favor.
Yeah.
She's very deliberate. They are all over the place, but they're all confident in their decisions, even though it's fucking with her plan left and right. She's definitely Mother Earth. She's nature.
Yeah.
Also, she did I think she put some of that powder into the paint, or the spackle.
Yeah, well, it was the same color, yeah.
I don't remember that one.
Because she put the gray on the wall, didn't like it.
It was like a brown
I think she
powder.
was brown thing.
Yeah.
It was brown powder. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember it was powder because I remember thinking, no, you just mix in darker paint.
Yeah.
So you can calmly and slowly bring up the tone you want, so you don't ruin a bucket of paint.
Yeah.
So you pour in mother paint, but why is she putting powder in? That's weird. Is that chocolate sauce?
Well, it was spackle, not paint. That was another weird thing too.
Yeah, she was spackling the whole wall.
And then they made it a point to show one of the people painting over an unfinished part that was just bricks.
Yes.
And she's like, "What the fuck are you doing? No, we got it. It's cool. We just want to help.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're doing." What were you gonna say?
Well, was there any? So we're talking about the house being overrun and people coming in and thinking that they know what's best. Unless I'm not remembering this correctly, everyone was very active and moving around and doing some kind of work. There's that one guy that comes in, like that derelict, that lays down like he's going to sleep. Is there any significance to that one guy coming in?
That was in the second half.
Biblical
Yes, he's supposed to be somebody because everyone else is coming in, running around, trying to get attention from.
I don't know if that.
Javier and,
No, that was when the house was getting overrun.
Yeah, but no.
In the second half.
No, but
Yeah, there was a guy that says, I'm just going to crash here.
Biblical
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
the hobo. I don't know that there's an actual biblical character in there, but you know what? I really wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
If it was somebody who is very much of like, I'm here, I don't care, I'm gonna just
I'm thinking he could be
absorb
the-
world, take advantage of all
Yeah,
of
he could
this.
be like the person that represents somebody who says, I believe, but doesn't do any
Well,
work.
yeah, I don't know if it's whether or not it's somebody that's
Maybe, yeah.
you know, like an actual character in the Bible,
Yeah.
or if it's just
Like a representation, yeah.
That's what we look at for agnostics and atheists.
Yeah.
People that are just there and they don't care.
Yeah, it could be.
That could be. I mean, I don't know that it's an actual person in the Bible, but
Yeah.
for all I know, I didn't see.
Well, you think they would show him like getting blown up or something, or showing him dying? But that's really all you see of him.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
that's
He comes in, he
really
goes to sleep.
No,
he
he's
says,
just
"I'm staying
there.
here."
Yeah.
And he seems very just indifferent about kind of what was going on.
It's that storytelling thing that we all know enough about. Of there's a point to his character that we don't know because they made it a point to show his character that
yeah,
way.
well,
You know,
Everything in this movie meant something.
Right.
Yeah.
Every single,
every
tiny
single frame.
just like the guy who wanted to hook up with her. He's like, we should go for a walk.
Yeah.
Well, you're a stupid fucking cunt. I guess that's, I don't know, people who don't understand nature or non-believers. I don't know. It's because you throw Mother Nature into the Bible and then people treat her badly
What I would,
outside of the poet, the biblical thing. It's like a weird thing, and it's supposed to be humanity's story told through the Bible. So it's
everybody
weird.
had more or less disdain for her.
Yeah.
All in favor of her husband.
Or themselves.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but all in the name of her husband.
Yeah.
The all-knowing poet lord
Yeah.
Anton with
The creator.
cattle mutilator.
Yeah.
The creator, as you call it.
The creator. Yes.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, he's a genius. She's merely there.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
just there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what I was looking for after figuring, like, after reading all the stuff online, and be like, okay, now this makes sense. Okay, now this makes sense. Now this makes sense. What I was looking for, I didn't find, and that could have been that derelict. It's the closest thing I can think to.
What's
I
it?
was looking for an atheist. I was looking for someone that was really gonna like say, no, I don't think he's that great.
Yeah,
I like other authors better. No, that was not represented at all. This was strictly
No.
about believers.
Yeah.
Hobo.
That's
Yeah, I
it.
mean,
That's but
The hobo's the closest
you know
thing,
what?
yeah.
That's a guy who's just there. Couldn't
Yeah.
give a shit about what's going on.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But I don't know if that's just somebody who's just I believe, but I don't care about that they're destroying the planet.
Yeah.
But the one thing that
So-
contradicts that is they would show him having a horrible death at some point, right?
Right, but
I mean-
but they also
Well,
didn't
not
show
this-
him saying anything. There was no dialogue, nothing saying anything, not necessarily negative about the creator.
Yeah.
But just like, fuck him, who cares? There was nothing to show that he didn't care about the poet, the creator. There was
But correct me if I'm
nothing-
wrong.
God.
In the Bible,
Yeah.
those people go to hell.
They do.
Unless you believe,
They do.
then you go
Yeah.
to hell.
They
So
do.
shouldn't he have some sort of horrible death, or was it enough that he's
Well, no,
in
in
the
the-
house when it blows up?
Yes, he should, but where was the crime? You didn't show me the crime.
The crime is not believing. If he's
Is
a
it
representation of agnostic or atheist, then he's not a believer.
But he goes.
But what? Okay, I hear you. That is the crime, but I don't know if I got that from him just saying laying on the floor.
Then who
No,
does he
see, he's-
represent?
okay.
I mean,
That's what I'm. That's I don't know.
So you're
It's good, and
you're-
that's the closest I got to that because I was looking for that in the movie.
But you're falling
I didn't-
into the
I
practice
didn't
and
think
what the
about
Bible actually says because it actually doesn't hate non-believers. It just they haven't figured it out yet. They're just lost.
Okay.
There's an actually disdain for them. That's just how people interpret it when they go out into the world.
Yeah, but even so.
And if we're doing literal interpretation of the Bible,
Yeah.
he's just lost. He doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, but here's the thing: when it's supposedly written, which is like what 500 years after the events in the New Testament supposedly have
Yeah.
taken place, at the time the prevailing thought is what they just said.
Yeah, they go to hell.
Kind of
They-
taught me when I was
Yeah.
used to be a Catholic, which was, hey, if you don't believe, you're not getting in.
right.
We got a place for people.
But there was no
It's not limbo.
basement.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
But here's the
basement.
thing,
You're
though.
going to the fucking basement. You're
It's
dealing
the
with that
story.
awful furnace.
It's the story in the history of humanity on Earth.
Yeah.
With stories of the Bible. So nobody went to heaven or hell. People just died.
I didn't think they showed hell.
It was they showed hell, but they didn't show anybody going there. And conversely, they didn't show anybody going to
but
heaven
I
either.
I didn't see enough critics of the creator.
Yeah, they didn't exist.
I would have loved to
Yeah.
see that. I saw countless people killing each other over his attention and their
I think almost the-
interpretations of
I think
him.
almost the
Clearly,
critics-
that's got to be like, well, that's most wars.
I think the
that's
critics
just
could have been the
most
people
wars.
that were in the concentration camp and the ones that got killed.
I wouldn't nail it down to just one event. Yes, there's a Holocaust. There's the
and it could have been the
Inquisition,
war
there's
too.
the
Yeah,
Crusades,
yeah.
Take your pick. Most wars are based around religion, and not
Yeah.
all of them, but most of them have this
Too many,
religious component.
Oh,
More
yeah.
people have been killed in the name of God than anything else in the history of the world.
Yeah.
It's true. But I didn't see anybody that was a critic. I would have loved even dialogue from Kristen Wiig. That would have been great.
Jennifer Lawrence was the only.
Yeah, but she can't represent agnosticism,
No, that's
atheism,
the thing.
or
no,
any other believers in any other religion. Nobody ever said, "Well, I like this other poet." better."
Exactly.
I would have loved to have heard that from Kristen Wiig, his publisher, the church, saying, "Well, there's some of the other people that are not going to show up that they're into this other poet," and then give a fake name. Okay, well, we're not going to show that, but we need to mention it to show that not everybody's a Christian.
When in the hell is the
But that's-
church been critical of the Word of God?
There you go.
That's the thing. Yeah,
But you
she
see,
was
that's
the
the thing.
church.
They're going strictly by what's in the books.
Yeah.
They're going strictly by that. And what's strictly in there is what case groups like, you're going to hell.
Yeah,
It's not the, Vatican II where it's like, well, maybe not hell. Purgatory.
Maybe,
says
yeah,
it's hell.
yeah. Maybe.
No,
maybe
this is
you're-
all strictly taken prior to that, where it's
there's a lot to
You're going to
unpack
hell.
here,
You don't
yeah.
believe you're going to hell.
Yeah.
So I would love to see more of the furnace based off of that. Now knowing what I know,
yeah.
I would like to see more of the furnace. But I just would like to have seen people getting shoved down there. And plus, she runs down there.
Never.
It seems like Mother Nature runs to hell.
Never again will you, any of us, see a movie where afterwards someone says, I really would have liked to see more of the furnace.
Yeah.
I need more of the
gonna be a new
boiler
one
room.
for all of us.
That furnace needed more
Oh,
character.
okay. I'll give you one. Titanic.
Titanic.
I'd rather see more shots of the boiler room
Oh.
where they're shoveling coal.
Now-
Than half of that love story.
Now I'll tell you something. I have recently. I've been watching simulations of the Titanic sinking.
Oh yeah.
Very, very interesting. People have done obviously studies. Obviously, like none of them were on there. Like maybe you heard secondhand stories, but these like 3D renderings and, of the ship, and it seems pretty accurate to me. But yeah, and they
matches
go.
up with the one in the movie where it's kind of splits in half and then pulls itself down.
Oh,
by
it
the
does.
keel.
That's what they said happened. And,
That's
yeah.
what James Cameron says. So gotta believe him.
Yeah, our tech noir god.
Well, that's what they figured out circa late '90s, and
Yeah.
that's what he ran off. That's why we went ahead with that movie. Anyway, stay on target.
Stay on target.
Yes. How does this relate?
Yeah,
More
we do
boilers?
it all
Yeah.
the time. We're more guilty
Yeah.
than anybody else.
Yeah.
But stay on target.
Yeah.
We gotta do it. Now that we've done all of the subplot, all of the subtext, so there's spoilers galore.
Yeah, there wasn't enough text.
Well, I'll one thing when I ran out of subtext, I kept just relying on that lifeboat that is, don't jump on the sink, it's
Yeah,
not brave.
yeah.
And I'll be right back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Every time.
That was the second half. I'll be right back.
Every time Javier goes, I'll be right back, and then just ditches her.
Yeah.
I can't help it. I have like tears coming down to my
Yeah,
face,
because it was
laughing
fucking
like,
hilarious.
oh my
Yeah.
God.
He's gonna say it again.
Yeah.
He always does.
And there was just one last one that we wanted that we didn't get.
Oh, we
but
never got it.
it was like
We
you
were
could
so
see it was
close.
right on his lips.
It was
Like,
right there. He could have totally said, I'll be right back.
yeah, and we
Oh.
would have jumped and high fived each other.
I would have
He said
clapped
it
at
out.
the end of that movie.
Somebody in the theater said, "Where the fuck is he going?" And that somebody was me.
God works in mysterious ways.
He has to keep going out to his
fans.
Right, yeah.
Our God is a jealous God. Our God likes attention.
Yeah, no, I like that it
Yes.
was like a telling and an
Well,
indictment
it's
at the
like
same time.
Well, I mean,
Because you're with her.
It's
You're
like-
with her the whole time. And she's like, make him go away. And he's like, I don't want him to. Fuck that. I like him. I need him.
Our God is a jealous God, and he's an attention whore.
Yeah.
Half the commandments are all about, like the first half are all about how he's jealous.
Yeah.
As if this omnipotent being would have such a petty human emotion
Complex,
of
yeah.
jealousy. Would have such a bad character flaw.
Yeah.
I know people that have gotten over jealousy
Yeah.
and have lived happier lives.
Yeah.
God can't pull it off somehow.
You shall not worship any other god but me.
False
Like
idols.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What I would have done for him to just yell, like I said, I wanted to see some competition. Like there's another poet out there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but he's a false poet.
Yeah, God's basically basically OJ.
You know, like he's trying to say, yeah, that guy's been plagiarizing me for years.
Yeah.
What I wouldn't give him for that, like little back and forth between Javier and Kristen Wiig.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
mentioned somebody,
Just
and
another-
he says that asshole's been plagiarizing me for years. I hate him, and he's not. He doesn't get the real.
See, what
meaning of
I
my
would have liked would have been
just that would have just said.
Are
right
we,
there
are we doing the
what
I would
Christianity
do it
says.
differently part yet now? Or?
Do we want to skip up to that?
Well, I mean, I usually barrel into it ahead of time.
Yeah. Do we want to get into that?
That's the thing. Fixing this movie is a tough one because we tend to try to fix the movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
fix
is-
it a
And I
little
don't know
bit better
if
pitch.
that's I don't know in this particular case if that's applicable.
Is there more to say
'Cause-
for any of us about the movie, about the spoilers,
I
just
think
based
we
on what
got
it
all the
is?
Spoilers. I mean,
Or is there more to say about what the movie was for any of us?
I think I said my piece. Plenty.
Yeah, I'm good.
Guys, what do you think?
I mean, I think I could talk about this thing for.
I could talk
days.
about it for a while. It's kind of an odd indictment on religion and the kind of like
it's lifting it from the books.
patheticness of God, actually.
Well, I mean, this is all
And
his
it-
interpretation.
Well,
of the story.
and kind of his place because
so I gotta
that
take
was
it, you gotta
her.
take it. You got to take it with that. This
Yeah,
is just his
and
interpretation.
yeah, and
Like
he did
any
whatever he
director
wanted,
and
but
especially director/writer.
Oh,
yeah, I
This
know.
is whether it's just written on the page or it's visually shown.
I honestly think he never should have
It's
said
his
anything about what it was
And he,
about.
and he kind of nails that with the other people in the house interpreting it, saying, "This,
Yeah.
I know what it says," and they're like, "No, you don't."
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's saying exactly that with the whole film.
Yeah, yeah.
What,
Yeah.
what
I
about?
know, I like. He's showing
Yeah.
little sects of the breaks-ups of religion.
Yeah,
Where you-
how two people can read the same thing and have different interpretations
well,
of it.
there's
Yeah,
Christianity, and then all of a sudden there's multiple facets of Christianity.
Yeah.
All different flavors.
And they're
Like
fighting,
Baskin
and they have
Robbins.
death
There's 31
squads
different
and-
types of Christianity.
Also, another thing.
And they all say we're right and everybody else is wrong.
Yeah, another thing that I just realized throughout in the last act of the movie, when there's all the shooting and the violence and the raids and everything and all this terrible stuff happening, still none of them question God, Javier Bardem. None of them question. None of them are like, why is this happening?
yeah. Nobody says that except for her.
No, I mean they all. I think it's because they're at their core, they're all doing this on his behalf.
Well, yeah, and
When the cops roll in, it's because they're protecting his property.
Exactly.
When the people
Yeah.
cause chaos, it's because they're fighting with another group in the house already that doesn't get his poetry
and exactly
the way they get his poetry.
exactly my point. They question each other, they
So-
fight each other, but they don't question him.
Yeah, but everybody's motivation is still for him.
Absolutely.
Even the cops,
Absolutely.
they're still for him. Whether
Well,
or
no,
not
actually, the cop came in to save her because he's like, "Come with me, I'll get you to safety."
Then he gets shot in the face.
And he
Yeah.
gets shot in the face and killed for his trouble, but he was
Yeah.
protecting her from the people around her.
Yeah, but I mean, here's where I think where that might break away from the underlying story is that would you buy it if the cops rolled right past her and ignored her?
It fit in the story that we've been
It
watching
fit in
so
with
far.
with
Yeah,
the other bullshit where
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
hates her. I get
Yeah.
that. But would you still be latched in? Would you still be invested if you saw a cop? Which is traditionally in a
so
scene where
that
it's
cop
like-
has to represent something
Yeah.
too.
Right.
Well,
exactly.
you had
And-
the cops
and
that were
takes me
fighting
on
with the
to another
followers.
tangent. I don't know where I'm going with that one because what do the cops represent? All I do know is they were there to protect essentially the family. But I mean,
But the cops
didn't
when they first showed up, they almost seemed to be the established old religions because they were fighting the followers. Because Christianity, like most
the
religions,
followers
started
are
out as
fighting
a
each
cult.
other.
Yeah.
No, there was a clear line when they had the Molotov cocktail that they threw at the cops. There was the cops on one side and the
And followers
and the fans on the
yeah.
other. There's a
So
clear
you
separation
want to say
there.
maybe that's the difference between established
Yeah,
religion.
it was at the beginning, like
religion.
Yeah.
and all the upstarts.
the old religion and his new one.
like the
'cause it was
traditional,
his
like, in the
followers
Bible
fighting-
Christians,
yeah.
and then all the other places
Yeah,
that are like, well,
yeah.
do you believe this about the Bible? We've created another
Yeah.
sect. We've created
No,
Lutherans,
not even that.
whatever.
The old religions that fell away
Oh,
to Christianity.
Oh, okay.
Because they were just kind of doing their thing in the house,
yeah,
and then
but
the
that
cops
would-
came
no,
in
but
and it was
that-
all out
that
war
would've
between
been
the two
no,
of
but
them.
that's where you challenge
Wouldn't that
his
have been-
poetry, and the cops weren't there to challenge his poetry. That's where that dialogue that I would love to sneak in with Kristen Wiig, a back and forth, a discourse between him and Kristen Wiig about another poet that's plagiarized or
Well, see-
was there first.
Here's a
And-
question.
Or a poet that they used to love.
So, and I might have the parts of the movie mixed up, but if the 12 people that are there during the wake represent the disciples, then
That's
is
what
the
they said.
then is the guy that asked Jennifer Lawrence to take a walk, is that Judas then, because he's like stabbing Javier in the back?
I don't know what impact he would have on.
And is that even that same part, or is he in the other? He's in that part, right? He's one of
Well,
the
Judas would have
Yeah,
to
but I
come.
didn't spot Judas in this one, but
Yeah.
it could be. But I don't know that he would have a. But wouldn't he be the one that murders Jesus?
Yeah, he'd be the one that took the baby
Well,
and
I mean,
butchered
you
the
could, you
baby.
could make the case like we could have the cops playing the Romans and they killed Jesus. Absolutely.
Yeah.
but
See, that's
I
what
really
I was
wish-
thinking.
I
The
don't
cops
buy
were.
that, and I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I like that theory. I'm just trying to figure out how it relates to Mother Earth. Does
Yeah.
Jesus ever have it out for nature, Mother Earth at all?
Right.
Yeah, who
I
would
don't
that
think
be?
so. I think he's just in it for himself. There's selfish reasons because of the story goes, it's 30 pieces of silver.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really wish my mom and my stepdad. I mean, they would never ever watch this movie. But I mean, my mom reads the Bible every day. My
Oh, okay.
stepdad works at the church that's right there. You know, I mean,
Con them into seeing this movie.
Yeah.
oh my God! I remember I had my mom watch Good Will Hunting when I was in college, and my stepdad is like, he came in halfway through, he's like, "What is this?" It was like, because there's a lot of cursing. He's like, "We're not watching this." I was like,
Whoa,
"Shoot,
okay.
they won't watch."
Yeah, they're not doing the SWAT invades the riots.
Yeah.
But I'm sure
the dead
they
man.
could fill in
Oh,
some of
yeah.
these blanks.
Maybe seen it.
Yeah, I mean, well, what if you sold it to them as a retelling of the Bible?
Oh
You
my God.
could pitch it.
They already
You
hate
can
me.
pitch
you
it,
know?
but but that's the perfect opportunity to say, son, so many people get the Bible wrong, and this guy did too. This is awful. And there was curse words. Jesus doesn't curse. The Lord doesn't curse. And nobody curses.
Yeah.
Wait, did anybody curse in the movie?
Yeah, there was a few. I'm
Yeah, that's
99,
wait.
I'm 99% sure.
Remember after she
Oh, the brothers, Cain and Abel.
Oh yeah.
They were cursing at
Yeah,
each
they
other.
were
They
cursing.
were
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
Cain and Abel, and then after she lost her shit after her baby died, she started stabbing the followers. The followers knocked her to the ground.
Oh, kill the
Every
kill the
name
yeah,
under
yeah.
The fucking like.
Kill this fucking cunt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
killed his yeah, the word's cunts in there.
Yeah, twice.
Twice, yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah.
there's definitely cursing in there. Okay.
So do we want to try to fix this movie?
How do you fix this without saying I'm gonna fix the Bible?
Easy. Way more Christian Wig. Everything is made better with more Christian
Well,
Wig.
Could have
okay,
done with
just-
some nudity, Jennifer Lawrence nudity.
Okay,
And
so
It was
and
it was
Jeff
in there,
Lowe's
but
very
it was
absolutely.
while she was getting the fuck beat out of her. Yeah.
Making it more enjoyable as a film going experience.
As a man.
Yes. As a-
Oh, I
Wait.
can definitely. Yeah, I'm on board. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Then all of your ideas.
I'll
that
sign
you
the
just said,
petition
they're
right
all-
now.
More Kristen Wiig, more nudity. Let's get a naked Kristen Wiig in there for good
Oh
measure.
yeah. Why not?
Let's get right.
I think so.
There needs to be more nudity. That's for sure. We need a sex scene between Adam and Eve.
An actual sex scene?
I'd love to see.
I mean,
no wait, no,
there's-
I hate
yeah,
to see
there-
Ed Harris.
No.
There
Or a
was a
sex scene
Michelle
between
Pfeiffer, I'm okay. Ed Harris, I don't
between
know.
Eve and Mother Nature.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Oh,
Yeah, but we got to stick
I
to
don't
the
even notice-
confines of the Bible, dipshit.
I don't know what the rest of Michelle Pfeiffer's body looks like, because you'll notice when she answers the door, it's just from the brassiere up.
Yes, she
They don't
is.
really show.
They don't. You're thinking it's.
And when she's getting blasted, she still has her dress on. She's kind of hiked up.
So you're thinking maybe it's the weather's not so nice down under.
I don't think so. I think all around we don't want to see that sex scene.
Oh, no.
I'll just stick with it. One titty from Jennifer Lawrence, and I'm fine with it. That'd
It
make
was
a lot
in
of
there.
sense.
Fair enough. There was
I saw some nips.
No, you get to see
Oh,
her
when she's on the ground.
when she's on the ground getting
Oh,
just shit beat out of her.
like
Yeah.
one
Like-
frame.
Oh, what a
not
sexy
sexy.
scene
You
that
get
was.
one.
Those are not
Were you awake for
No,
that?
no, you got
Yeah.
one frame of a nipple. No, I remember. No, I rember this.
No, I remember you
Guy,
said that. Yeah,
Carl, you
both
were
of them.
When I
Yeah.
said this, I said, you know what? It's like porn. When you're a porn star, you wait as long as possible before you cash in on that anal check.
oh yeah.
Because the longer you wait, the bigger that check gets when you finally finally
Yeah,
do it.
I'm still-
So actresses, when they take off the top, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
And some of them
The first
fuck it up.
time, yeah.
ScarJo fucked it up when she did.
How do you explain
Under the
Khaleesi then?
skin.
Khaleesi went the other way.
Khaleesi
She got
started-
nude first season,
Yeah.
now she's
But
stopped.
that got her in the foot in the door.
Who?
Khaleesi.
Khaleesi.
Lucy, Game of Thrones.
Amelia
Oh,
Clark.
Yeah,
oh,
Thrones.
okay.
She started out naked, so I was like, well, I need a job, so get me on national TV in an HBO series. Hey, tell you what, I'll do this. But like some people have fucked it up along those lines, so that were established actresses could have waited for a really good, like artsy, makes sense in the movie, and like you get praised for it, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And some of them fuck it up. ScarJo, I think,
Yeah, Under the Skin.
Under the Skin.
I think she did it for
gets-
art, so it's
she
okay.
gets- yeah, but nobody gave a shit.
Well, it doesn't matter. She did.
She did, but it's not. She's not looking back at like the world needed this, and thank God we released this art onto the world. Because how could the world? There's a post Under the Skin world, and there's the pre Under. Nobody's saying that. It wasn't that revolutionary of a movie. It's not going to be like it wasn't dynamic, and it
Right.
wasn't.
I never
I
saw
still
it.
It wasn't-
remember- I
wasn't
still
a
remember where
paradigm.
I was when I saw that movie.
Right,
It
no,
was
we all
under
watched
the
it. We had
under
to.
the skin
ScarJo
was
gonna
a
get naked.
under the skin was a
We have to
feeble.
watch it.
Well, that's
But-
not why I watched it. Yeah, it was a feeble attempt at a modern day 2001.
Yeah, kind of.
See, I
Very
didn't see the
feeble.
movie, but I did look at the screen caps of
It was
ScarJo.
Yeah.
And,
That was enough.
you know, well, and I gotta say, as a huge ScarJo fan, just on a purely animalistic level,
Yeah.
well, I wanted my money back. But
read for the
It's
audience
a
shallow.
screen cap. They never do it justice.
She was a mom when she did that scene.
she was.
Yeah, she just gave birth.
I mean, and
If
listen,
she
I'm
did
not-
it like further back when she was dicking around Tokyo with Bill Murray, then hey, big money.
I mean, you know, and
Actually, no, that was a Sophia Coppola movie that wasn't.
That didn't go anywhere either.
No, it was a really good
It was a
movie.
really
it
good
got
movie, but
it got
It made her
huge
Yeah.
critical
ScarJo was,
It helped her, yeah.
did wonderful things for her career.
Huge
Under the
critical.
Skin did zero for her career, did zero for the director.
It's already forgotten.
Yeah, basically.
I-
And you know what? If she's gonna
I
get
honestly
naked,
have
do
no
it in
idea
a
what
big
movie
movie
we were
and with
talking
real
about.
money. That
I don't
Under
know
the
Under
Skin
the
had
Skin
no
is.
budget.
So
So
do you-
whatever she got paid to do that in that movie was like a pittance.
well, it was an experimental movie.
So do you-
I know.
Because the premise was they would drive around and pick up strangers on the
See,
street,
she'd fuck
and
them
they'd
and
wind
then
up in
kill
a
them.
they wind up like in a snuff
the
film kind
Instead
of.
of
Yeah,
praying
The
mantis.
experiment failed, sadly.
So
I hate to say it.
it's a good movie, but nobody cared about it.
No, the audiences didn't like it, and the critics didn't.
Yeah,
Was it more praying mantis or Black Widow?
it was more what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, it
I
was a
guess
lot of
okay,
that.
I'll sign this release form and be in your movie.
Staying on target.
Yeah.
J-Law does a little bit. It's not much. It's like a frame or two.
Yeah.
But you know she got paid for it.
Well,
Yeah.
she's getting her face stomped.
Yeah,
But,
yeah,
Yeah, or at least she got her face CGI'd onto somebody else's body.
yeah.
Or something. But you know, I think it's one of those, if you're going to do that, you're going to go that way. If you're going to get that revealing with it, do it in a better movie. I know that you thought this was going to be a good movie and a really groundbreaking movie when you were pitched it, and when you found out Aronofsky was going to do it.
Yeah.
You found that big budget studio like Paramount was going to release it wide. It sounded good, but you should have held out for something a little more established.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think
I think she fucked up.
I don't know. I disagree with you, John. I mean, I think, and I don't know what the future holds. Like, it's impossible to know what kind of status this movie will have in the future, and
We
you know, generations ahead.
I know, but I'm not telling.
But what I'm saying is that
It could be like Requiem for a Dream.
it could be.
It could get better with age and gets called back on as groundbreaking back then and
Yeah,
wonderful back
yeah.
then. And
And
then
you know-
everybody asks, why didn't you see it back then?
And I'm no purveyor of taste, but what I do know is that I am thinking about this movie a lot more than I've thought about a movie a week after I saw it in a long time.
Same here.
So I'll give it that.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I definitely agree on that. This is a very, very thought-provoking movie. Like it or hate it, it's a very thought-provoking movie. People said that about Birdman. Randall was here. You missed Randall.
Yeah, I saw. No, I saw.
Birdman.
And yeah, oh yeah, you did. And Randall and I were talking, and I mentioned how people either love or hate this movie, and I likened it to Birdman. I was like, yeah, either people loved that movie or hated that movie. It was
Yeah.
like, gee, I could never find someone who was middle ground and was just okay with it because it won a fucking Oscar.
Howard
So-
Stern's the only one I know that hated it.
I'm sorry.
Howard Stern's the only one that I know.
Oh, not the only one. No,
Really?
not the only- I mean, Robin loved it. Howard hated it. But I run across people here and there and bring it up. If it ever came, well, it doesn't come up that much anymore. But when it won the Oscar and it comes up, people are like really divided. They're like, oh, I can't believe it won. Ugh. I think this is going to be like that movie, where you're either going to love it and you're going to get all artsy-fartsy dig dive deep into it like we are doing right now, or you're going to hate it because you're like, I didn't get it. I don't know. I'm Jewish. I didn't get it. I don't know. You know, but I think that's what's going to happen.
See, I think that's a cop out. That whole you're either gonna love it or hate it. Like on both sides. Like people that love it, swear by it. If people challenge them, they're gonna be like, well, you know, it's polarizing. You know, you just didn't get it. Or and people that on the other side, they're like, this movie sucked. They're like, oh well, you know, like to protect themselves from the you didn't understand it crowd. They're like, well, you know, it's for a certain crowd, and I wasn't part of that crowd. And it's like I disagree. I think there is a middle ground with everything. Like when I first came out of the theater, I felt like I was in the middle ground. Like because I did feel. I didn't understand what it was saying as I was seeing it on screen.
Okay.
I was definitely with the unintentional comedy.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought it was hilarious. Just the way all the lines were delivered.
Yeah.
All the interactions between the characters. Like,
I'll be right back.
It's like you're like it was funny to me. As I'm going through, I veer towards the I liked it side because it piques my curiosity. But I definitely
Don't
disagree.
love it?
Well, I think that's where it'll land. I don't think saying like what's the difference between now and Requiem for a Dream 20 years. So give this
About
20
that,
years.
yeah.
So to the next,
But I think it's like
in 20 years, I think it'll be one of those you either love it or hate it.
But
ergo, the critics love this fucking movie. They
Well,
love
I think-
it. The audiences do not.
Yeah.
Look at the Rotten Tomatoes. It's totally true. Look at the Rotten
No,
Tomatoes.
it's
The
at
critics fucking loved it.
68%. 68% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's not a
That's Rotten Tomatoes.
it's not an across the line. I love it. Get Out got 100%, and we can go into political and
That's a whole
other motives for that.
Yeah.
But
I'd love to.
which I love.
I'd love to podcast Get Out anytime you want.
Oh, I
We
could
could
watch
watch it and do that.
Yeah, we should.
Have you seen
Yeah,
it?
look.
Yeah, I saw it twice.
I need to rewatch it. And
I live
podcast.
in the upside down space. No, wait, not the upside down.
The sunken place.
The sunken place. I live in the sunken place. There we go.
The upside down place. That's like a
I
space.
really like that.
Stranger
It's
Things.
such
Stranger
a
Things.
wild change
Confusing
halfway through the
that was
movie.
Stranger
I'm like,
Things.
whoa.
Yeah.
So I really liked Get Out.
Do we want to skip up back on target?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do we want to skip up to slight fixes, tweaks here and there?
I mean, what we landed on was
More Christian way.
Do we really want to rewrite Aronofsky's interpretation of the Bible that he showed us through a reading by A-list celebrities and Oscar winners?
Yeah, because we can.
Let's try.
Because we all have problems with the movie, and not just things we didn't understand because we're not very
I'd
well,
like to
very
see-
well
I'd
versed
like
in
to see
the
other
Bible.
religions at least spoken about. And negatively, because
Yeah.
that would be what Christianity and the original books would essentially say: is everybody else is wrong. You're
I
right.
didn't think
That's
it was.
basically was the plot of all those disciples.
Yeah, I would have
all those
liked.
warring factions.
I would have liked Kristen Wiig to say, "Wait, I have another book that somebody else is publishing," and him to say, "My book's better."
Okay.
Well,
I don't care if
think
they're.
it was
I don't care if
just
they're
I
the
would
same.
like. I would
I
like
like
to see
that
our
idea.
God.
Something- yeah,
I would
just
like to
something
see
like
our
that.
jealous God be a jealous God.
But John,
Yeah.
it wasn't just Christianity though. It was I think that God was all monotheism, and that's how you saw the different factions. That they were standing in for Jews versus Christians versus Muslims versus Jews.
Yeah, but none of
religious
those.
text isn't the Christian the Bible the only one written in two main parts,
Yeah.
right? Or are they all? I don't know. I have no idea. I just know there's
That
no
is
Old
true.
Testament.
That is-
The Bible is
He had his
essentially
first big poem.
there's
the
the Old
Old
Testament,
Testament,
and
yeah.
then the New
New-
Testament.
Yeah, it was
But
all about
Muslims,
Christianity.
The Old
Yeah.
Testament and the New Testament too. They just also believe in the Prophet Muhammad. It's still.
Sure, I'll finish.
Yeah, no, there's a reason they call it, what they call, in this case, Javier, the Judeo-Christian God.
Yeah.
He's not strictly Christian, because Old Testament, that's Judaism. That's, I mean, it's kind of what it is. There's a whole religion just based on that part.
What it needed was
I would have liked to have seen, but
what it needed.
it might have been given
You
to
wanted
me.
to see pagans. Is what you see.
Well, no, it needed. What it
I would
needed
like to see
was,
our God be a jealous God, which he always is. Which
or
is, he's
it
always
needed.
portrayed
It
as a
needed
jealous
Christian
God.
Wiig saying she has another book that's the same.
Well-
Him saying mine's better or something, or
Just dialogue, yeah.
or
just,
two publishers,
like 2 lines of dialogue.
or two publishers would have worked
well,
too.
Yeah, if Kristen Wiig is going to be representing established,
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
the religious establishment, then yeah, I'd like to see another publisher
Or I got another call from another publisher that says he wants to do something different with my book.
or something. Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
something like that.
Something to break that up. I would have
Yeah.
loved to have seen that. I also would have liked to have seen atheism. I had nothing.
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
at least atheism. Somebody that it's like just out there just throwing rocks at the fucking house and be like,
Yeah.
"Fuck you, you're
Yeah.
poet. You suck. I can write better poetry than you."
I would.
Yeah, like a shot outside of a window. Who are those people? Why aren't they coming inside? They don't like
Yeah.
my work. They're just protesters.
Well, because that okay.
That kind
so
of
how about
thing, you
this?
know?
Could have been easily done.
So how about
Yeah.
this? There's a shot when it's kind of behind the tree line, and it
Yeah.
slowly dips down, and it seems like there's like smoldering embers. Does that represent everyone that's outside of that? They're kind of in the hell and
You
the
lose the whole
purgatory?
paradise thing then.
Yeah,
Because when we see these wide shots, they're surrounded by this lush forest.
yeah,
That has a clearing and
No,
there's this house
I'm talking
with
about
no roads.
I'm talking about the shot from ground level.
Oh,
it
from
kind,
ground
it kind of
level.
comes back from the house and then it drops down, and you see just at the very bottom of the screen, like some smoke coming up.
Yeah.
like some smoldering.
And like what?
that was at the begin. That was at the beginning.
When do you want to put that in?
No,
I
no,
will
no.
say. I will say
The
what I
very
missed.
beginning was her face.
No.
As
I
a
missed.
face.
I missed the beginning. This
Oh.
happens maybe halfway through.
Yeah, the
I
second
forget
act.
the. I forget the exact moment.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's like in the middle. It's like in the second act.
Yeah. It's after
This
she's been pregnant. They show an outside shot of the house. I think that's what he's talking about.
You mean after Jesus Christ?
After she's
After we go
pregnant.
into the New Testament.
Yeah,
essentially. So we're showing.
But before people have shown up again.
Yeah, so we're showing a version of hell as soon as we talk about the New Testament.
Yeah. See, what I didn't like was that.
Which comes up in the New Testament. By
Well, I didn't like. For me, I didn't like how
Definitely
it
comes up in the Old
started
Testament.
at the end.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
the beginning of the movie.
I see what you're talking about,
Okay,
Casey.
the
Yeah.
end of the movie.
I'm with
The end of the movie, he pulls
I know
out.
what
He
you're talking
pulls her heart, and it's that stone, and he puts it up on the thing, and it like resets the house, and a different girl wakes up.
Right. Yeah. At the end,
Okay, that's how it started.
with her waking up.
No, it started with him putting a rock in the thing, and the whole house regenerates, and then Jennifer Lawrence
Wait,
wakes up.
what?
That's exactly how it started.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Fuck! Don't do this shit. This is bullshit."
Yeah, the guy was constantly saying,
I was
like,
"It's a
God,
loop.
this is loop. It's a fucking loop." Yeah.
The guy was, I think,
damn it.
convinced this was a sci-fi movie.
So
immediately.
See, I wish I would have seen that.
And
Yeah.
you missed that one. And again, it's
So
it's an Aronofsky. Every
Yeah.
little thing.
So
is-
did each
Yeah.
woman represent a different
Yeah.
planet? Or?
Yeah, that was a weird thing too, because it was a different. I picked it up this time. It was a different girl that burned down the house to start with at the beginning of the loop, and then it was a different girl at the end when it reset.
Right.
So I guess.
I mean, they're very
so I
clear
guess
about it.
Carl's theory would or could be right.
Yeah.
Let's say could. Could
Yeah.
be right that
Yeah,
could be a
yeah.
different planet.
Yeah.
That could be or it could just be Mother Nature in a different form.
Yeah,
I mean, could it
Or is
be
the guy
like,
just saying, "I fucked this one up. Let's do another
Let's
one."
do another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Prior to the Big Bang,
yeah,
there was another universe
yeah.
and another Earth.
Yeah.
We did this once before.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that just goes.
Hate
That's
to
what-
mix
that's
in-
what kinda threw
hate
it
to
off,
mix in
'cause-
physics in this one.
Yeah, that's what kind of threw
Physics
it off
and
because I was
science are
like,
far away,
yeah.
miles away from this one. This movie.
Well, it's like, dude, you could kind of agree. You're like, it's a fucking loop. Because everything's destroyed. He puts this thing on there and it resets everything. So you're like, okay,
Well, yeah.
we're going to come back to this.
Yeah.
I know we're going to come back
Yeah.
to this.
Yeah.
I'm interested in how, but you kind of
Yeah.
gave some of this shit
I mean,
away
I
that
think
there's no reality here
what
whatsoever.
Middle
Yeah.
America always says is the rapture
Yeah.
is what they're expecting to come after the rapture. When of course,
Wait,
they're
that's
all
supposed to be
confident
today,
they're going to be
isn't
in
it?
heaven and mansions and shit because
Yeah.
God loves them.
Yeah.
that's what they
Thug's
believe.
Mansion was in it too.
Right. What's going to happen after that is God's going to do another one. He's going to do yet another sequel.
Yeah.
I think, and
Yeah,
Mother
that's-
Nature may take on a slightly different form. Hence the different actress and Jennifer Lawrence. That's as close as I can get, and I'm a little out on a limb saying that, but I think it fits.
It fits a little, but it's that weird thing that God is powerless without Mother Nature.
Well,
He keeps running back to her, even though
but-
he keeps abandoning her.
He keeps abandoning her, but she's the one that
he does keep running back to her.
like she laid it out. She's like, I built this entire house. I rebuilt the whole thing from ashes that you were born in. This was your childhood home, and it burned down. I rebuilt the whole thing. You're supposed to be writing, and you haven't done shit. You haven't done a goddamn thing.
maybe God,
I did all this fucking work. What the fuck's going on?
Maybe God
You know?
is pointless unless he creates something that can actually
It's
appreciate
Mother
God.
Nature, yeah, that's kind of why I say it's a slight indictment on religion, because it's like there's always going to be
Wait,
here.
are we still rewriting, or are we picking it apart still?
It's
I
hard
lost
to
it. I was
rewrite.
looking- I was
Yeah,
looking for your rewrite. Where
my rewrite would be abandon the liquid,
okay.
the powder and the liquid, because that doesn't make any sense. I don't see any biblical
until we
draw on
figure
that.
out what
Yeah.
that is. I'm sure there's a write-up about it. There's
No, I'm
no
sure
way
there
that
is,
doesn't
yeah.
mean something. That has to mean something. Otherwise, he wouldn't have thrown it in.
But in the context of the story, it kind of doesn't make
We
sense.
figured out the fraud.
Remember,
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
Marcellus Wallace,
Yes.
right?
That's his soul.
There's something.
That's
Yeah,
his soul.
yeah.
That's what I like
So
to
that
believe.
yellow powder,
that-
that's fucking something.
That's
You're
why
talking
the
about the
Band-Aid's
you're
there.
talking about the,
Someone took his
briefcase?
soul,
Right.
came from there.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
in there. It's
Yeah.
not heroin.
The,
It's his soul.
the band-aid on the back of his neck.
That's where
Yeah.
his soul came out of. And he's
Right.
buying his soul back.
So that yellow powder.
No, that's where you put in
And-
the host from that movie, The
And,
Host.
and Tarantino is adamantly, even to this day, refuses to say anything about it.
Well, why would he?
And that's
Exactly, he
fine.
said, I fucking
It doesn't
wrote it.
matter.
He'll stop talking about it once he says
No, he said I
And that's
wrote
like-
it, so
that's
yeah,
kinda like
exactly.
the problem with
as
this
soon as I told
movie.
you, you'd stop talking
Done.
about it.
Conversation over.
I need a movie
Who
that I
wants
made
that?
in 1994 to keep being talked about.
Yeah, I'd rather wonder.
Exactly. This will
We
keep
all
coming
know
up.
what was in the briefcase. It was a light bulb. That's why when they opened it up,
Well,
he got
we-
light shone on his face.
It worked
because
just like
there
a
was fucking
fridge.
light
Well,
bulb
we
in
learned
there.
that
Yeah.
in Community.
Yes, that's true.
Spoiler.
Spoiler for Community.
But
Do we have anything else?
Anything else to
I
fix
mean,
the?
I'm happy with everything.
More
everything.
Christian wig.
Yes, I agree with that.
Okay.
And also a
besides
devil
that,
type character. We needed a devil.
yeah. Well, they merged Eve and the devil together, which kind of sucked.
No, she was inherent, like original evil.
I
That's
kind
the
of
old
wanted
story.
I kind of wanted a devil
the
character.
old book
Yeah, I
is
do
that
too.
women are always evil. Women are always
Yeah.
bad. You know,
I
a
wanted-
woman who's
you know what?
responsible for women's for original.
Wait a
sex.
second.
Yeah, you
And
know
a
what would have
woman
worked?
Guys, wait a
a woman
second.
calls for the head of John the Baptist.
Okay.
Baptist. I mean,
Adam.
Wouldn't this
Lapsed
whole
Catholic,
movie?
Casey, but I remember enough.
I think I know how to.
I know enough to be dangerous.
I know how to improve how you improve this movie. You remake it exactly as it is, but you make the whole thing a musical,
Oh, I like that.
a musical.
a giant
Yeah.
musical. Exactly.
Lots of Queen.
Lots of Queen.
My
We're
time
talking
has come.
late '70s,
I hope you like my poetry.
I was thinking. Dude, I
late
was telling you
'70s
guys,
rock
Danzig.
opera.
When I wanted to get my ticket, I was like,
No,
one for
Danzig would be the
Mother.
devil.
No,
Anyway,
Danzig,
Huh?
when there's the riots and shit. are going
Yeah.
on.
That's when
yeah.
we play the dancing.
Well, see, I was thinking what would be good is if the devil was related to Jennifer Lawrence, like a sister that was like, you got to fucking leave this guy.
Like a sister, like a
Oh, I
black
thought
woman.
Like a
it's-
sister,
no,
that
I-
would work too. Or
somebody-
like a cousin, like a
somebody-
relation.
Somebody that Javier used to work with.
That could work too.
And started,
But new-
writing his own shit.
But
and
new
is a
Christopher
competitor.
Lawrence, but new
That's how easy is that?
Christopher Lawrence, new Jennifer Lawrence, and was like, you got to leave this guy because he's treating you like shit. Look at all these people in your house.
All right, so were you
Look at all
thinking
this
maybe
going
the
on.
guy that was coming up to her that we were talking about earlier, Casey, the guy that could hit on her and shit?
Yeah.
Like,
You see, he
Take a walk
was
with me.
the devil.
was he instead of Judas? Was he maybe the devil? I didn't get that from him, but
No,
That
because
makes
the
more
devil's
sense than
charming.
Judas.
it does.
Yeah, but the
It
devil,
does.
the
I like that
devil,
theory better.
the
Yeah.
devil is charming though. If he was a devil, she would have
He
gone
was
for.
trying to be
Well, he was
No.
charming, and then he showed his true colors.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like
but
it.
okay.
I like it.
Yeah,
fits.
but if he
I
was
would
actually
like
a devil, she would have gone for a walk
duster,
with him.
like Mac. From,
Yeah,
you know.
black 3/4.
No,
like-
if
No,
he-
Black Duster, like
No.
Mac from Sunny in Philadelphia. Black the Duster. I would love
Duster.
like.
Yeah, oh yeah, I love the Duster.
If he was the
Maybe like
devil,
Kurt
she
Russell.
would have gone for that walk on it. With that walk on. She would have gone on a walk with him if he was the devil. It wouldn't have turned so quickly.
It would have been a 3-hour-long movie then.
No, she would have gone for a walk and maybe not left the house and said, "Well, I can't go out there. I don't know what's out in the woods." Then everything could have turned, and she would have gone back inside.
Can I go ahead and give my idea to
Yeah.
fix
Go
it?
ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
So, I once saw a movie, probably about 15 years ago,
You want me to guess?
and during the movie,
Jackal. Jackal.
no, it's not, it wasn't.
Jackal.
I
Bruce Willis.
I fell asleep during Jackal.
The
But
gun
it was a
scene.
little bit
Okay.
after, it came out a little after Jackal. But so I saw this movie, and there were people sobbing and crying while I was watching this movie. And it was similar subject matter, and some of the characters, and what I'm saying is some of the characters spoke Aramaic in this movie.
Oh.
We didn't have Aramaic in this
Was it all of the
Aronofsky
characters?
one. And what I'm saying is maybe Mel Gibson should have directed this.
Oh God.
I'm saying,
Dude, as soon as you said Aramaic,
I know. What
What
other
Wait a
other
second.
movie?
What other movie was made in? What movie was made in just Aramaic? I'm racking my brain trying to think.
You mean the
so
snuff
many
film?
movies.
No, the snuff film.
So many movies have been made in
The
Aramaic.
snuff film, yeah.
Which one could we possibly be talking about?
Well, I did see a version of Sweet Home Alabama that had Aramaic subtitles.
that I'd be interested to see.
That would be yeah.
I
want to see
got
that.
one other thing. One quick little thing.
What's that?
I would have loved for the baby to grow up really, really quickly.
Yeah.
And turn into William Dafoe.
That would have been good.
Fucking.
That would have been really great.
forget
Yeah.
Passion of the Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the original, the best.
For
The
a second, I
best
thought,
Jesus movie ever is what I'm talking about.
are you talking about Last Temptation? Or
The Last
Yeah.
Temptation of Christ.
Where
Yeah.
he's badass.
Yeah.
Kicking ass, and he's not sure if he wants to be God. Like that's a pit fucking movie.
What about if
Actually, that would have been good because he could have taken some of the followers out to explore the rest of the
I'd love to have
forest
seen that kid grow
with
up
his
a little
mom.
bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. Just a little.
In my heart of hearts, I would love to see him grow up to William Dafoe.
Yeah.
Just because of
Yeah.
Last Temptation. Because as far as Jesus movies goes, like I'm saying,
another controversy?
Scorsese can only make a Jesus movie.
Yeah.
I was one time I was doing comedy at a club, and this guy was on stage telling jokes, and he was drunk as hell. It was at an actual club. People had paid to like see the show. And this one guy is this like, kind of older guy, and he was drunk as hell, and he was just an absolute embarrassment to the art form.
So
but
Alex
he
Wells.
told no
Was he
no.
there?
No, this is
only asked was he
much
there.
older than he was not
Sorry,
there.
Alex.
But he told one good joke, and it was, do you think God was mad at Jesus for moving back home at 33 years old? I was like, all right, you didn't tell a joke the rest of the time, but that one was good.
Yeah. This should have been a 3-hour movie.
Well,
It could have been.
Or
should
2.5.
have been, or could have been.
Could have been.
Should have been.
I would go.
Like everything needed to be drawn out just a little bit
I don't think I could
more.
have stopped.
I've never heard someone complain about a movie saying it needed to be longer. That's not something I usually hear.
I
No, we've done it
With
before.
this movie, considering, listen, I like the pacing of it.
Yeah, I like-
I
No,
agree,
you could
I
keep
agree.
up the pacing and still make it 3
because
hours.
the first part,
Because that's
I-
where
it
your
was
Jesus
so-
would get to grow
The
up.
first part was so fucking boring. It's just God hanging out with Adam.
Yeah, the
And
first
it's
part
just-
would be fine.
it's
Draw
boring.
out the
But
end.
you know what? It's still entertaining because I'm laughing my head
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
When fucking
Don't sit on it, it's not braced.
Yeah, don't say that. It's not braced. Yeah, I'll be right back. It constantly is getting shit on. That part is actually entertaining.
Yeah.
It made the
Yeah.
slow part entertaining.
Yeah, John, don't say that you're bored because we were all cracking up.
Right.
Yeah.
No, but that
Oh,
was
yeah,
the quote unquote
totally.
like boring part of the movie where we're supposed to be doing character development. But unfortunately it's going in these weird directions that make no sense. So
Yeah,
the
nothing's getting developed.
Right.
Right,
The
exactly.
characters didn't-
Character development is
Well, there's
out the fucking
character
window.
development for the story over the people in
Yeah,
the
but
story.
you don't know what it is yet.
Yeah,
You don't know
yeah.
what it is.
You don't know what it is
Well,
yet.
I picked up
So-
on the Cain and Abel thing because I was
Yeah,
like,
I
that's
know, but you had
exactly
to-
that. Yeah.
but look how far you get into the movie before that fucking happens. You know?
True.
So up until that point, it's like these characters are developing in weird, illogical, and
Yeah.
confusing ways to the audience. I mean, there are those artists that want to confuse the audience.
Right.
I don't know.
See, I still think it would have been better if
But you know, it
they
was
if
funny because you
they'd
just get to watch
never-
Jennifer Lawrence get shit on. So that's
Yeah.
why I don't think you could cast anybody but Jennifer Lawrence in this role because I loved watching her get shit on. There's something about her confused face. It looked like she looked like Tucker Carlson.
Well, no, she did a good job.
No, that was her facial expression in every single scene. Go back and look, shot scene by scene. In every single scene, she has the Tucker Carlson face. Where she's just like, what? What did you just say?
What the fuck's going on? This is my house. Stop treating me like shit.
Hey, get off of that.
Right, what did that...
You're not supposed to be doing that.
What did that hippie I
Get
just
outta
invited
here.
on my show say to me?
Yeah,
On my ultra-conservative show?
In the
Like, it was just that she just glazes over, confused and, like, shocked.
Yeah, no.
You know...
At some point during the last, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes of the movie, she finally says to everyone, all the interlopers, "Get out of my house."
Oh, yeah, that was great.
I wanted to say that for the first hour of the movie.
Well, that was great when she's like, after she's getting beat up and she gets a little break from that, and she flips out and the fucking floor cracks open and shit.
Yeah.
That was fucking great.
I like that.
That would have been a great
I like
spot. That would have been a great spot for some people to actually fall into those cracks.
Yeah.
That would have been good.
But then we're into, like, this is the end. Franco.
Well, that'd be fine.
Fair enough. Anyway, that's what I
That'd
got.
be taking
My
a
one
little
last
too
little thing.
literal.
I'd like to see William Dafoe. Jesus.
Did you just say that'd be
just a-
taking a little too literally in this movie?
It wouldn't be as much as a metaphor as long as
It would have been a great
they're
metaphor.
literally being tossed into hell.
It would have been a great metaphor in tune with when man goes too far and doesn't operate in harmony with nature. Nature doesn't give a fuck what happens
Nature's kind of gonna do her own thing.
because it's got that biblical overtones, but you threw in the character of the earth and Mother Nature, which is completely absent in the actual Bible.
Yeah, you don't.
There's no environmental
you don't
things
see-
in the Bible.
You don't see in the Bible Mother Nature protecting Jesus.
Yeah,
That's not in the Bible.
That's true.
It's just not. But in this case, Mother Nature gives birth to Jesus because,
Yeah.
because it's really just God.
yeah, and it's that
It's like
shuffling
water.
of characters
He's
and
ice.
mixing them.
He's
Yeah,
steam. He's water. He's the same thing in different forms.
Yeah.
That's how it's.
Wind,
That's how
water,
it's
fire,
described.
heart.
yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
But okay, so it's not really her kid necessarily. It's really his because he's God.
Yeah.
and Jesus is kind of God.
And that was
Okay,
that was
fine,
a
but Mother
that was a
Nature
great
never really
scene
protects
too.
Jesus Christ in the
has
Bible.
the baby.
No, when she has the
he
baby
falls
and
Just
she's
makes
like,
poor job of it.
and it was what
does
did
do-
he? Because the
What?
way
She does
She's,
it-
she's sleeping on the job. I mean,
Oh yeah, she was totally.
Yeah, she does do a great job.
well, no, even
But
that,
then
even like
again, given
the
those circumstances, how did that kid ever survive? Given those circumstances, she's one person.
yeah, well, there was
I
that
thought
there
it
was
was talking
that
about
the
the actual
phrasing
Jesus
too.
story.
Oh, the actual Jesus story. Yeah,
Mother Nature does a job.
I don't see Mother Nature doing anything to protect Jesus. I
Yeah,
don't see that.
well, like even the actual phrasing in that scene when she's like, he's like, "Let me hold my son." She's no.
Yeah.
At no point does he say, "Our son, our child
Yeah.
is my child,"
Yeah, that
and he
was-
like pushes that chair up and just sits there and waits for her to fall asleep.
Well,
Because you knew that was, we knew that's what
but
he
I
was
mean-
doing.
I mean, the problem with doing it this way is that Jennifer Lawrence's character, which is Mother Nature,
And Mary,
and Mary mixed together.
yeah,
You know, she's put in that context.
and part
of
Mary
she's-
Magdalene
of-
too. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. She's
Yeah.
put in this context of she's representing so many, not so many, like a ton of different characters, but
Yeah.
she's representing different things, and each one has their own motivation.
Yeah.
Like Mother Nature's responsibility would be for the fucking house,
yeah,
not for the kid.
yeah,
It just wouldn't be.
yeah.
But Mary would be
For the kid.
But yeah.
She's both, but
So-
she's not. Yeah,
So like Jennifer
yeah.
Lawrence is taking up the mantle of a couple of different things here.
So do you-
as
That's
a
where
result,
that's where it
well,
gets lost and muddled. Yeah,
Well, that's where I think her motivation
Yeah.
of just seeing Jennifer Lawrence do things.
yeah,
Now her motivation is confusing to me.
Yeah.
Because when she does something, is that Mary doing that, or is
Yes.
that Mother Nature doing
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, now-
And now every single action she takes is now open to discussion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now I'm wondering,
You know?
did Aronofsky have this in his plan, or is he letting everybody else fill in the blanks? And
He's letting us fill in the blanks.
Well, if he
We're-
wrote it
we're
in
talking
5
about
That's what
days,
makes
it's
it
obvious
interesting.
he wasn't
Exactly.
thinking through.
No, it's a very thought-provoking. His movies
Yeah.
are thought-provoking, one way or the other. They
Yeah.
are. Love them or hate them, they are. We're doing it now.
I hate to say
We've
this
already
movie.
talked way more about this than we talked about it.
We
fucking
talked
loved
about
it.
this movie longer than the movie is long.
Yeah, pretty much.
What time are we up to?
Well, we're not done. We're at 100. We're at 137.
I mean, we're almost there.
No, the talking about this movie is more fun than watching it.
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah, that's absolutely true. That's
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah, of course.
true.
Yeah, you got to see it first.
Yeah.
And because of all the honestly better ways it could have been done.
Well, as a consensus, what we say the best thing you can do is see the movie, then go talk about it with your friends like what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are we getting the
And I'll
actual
say-
best benefit of it?
Yeah,
right
and
now?
I'll say he should have never said what the movie was about. That would
yeah.
make you talk about it longer, because then people will be
Well-
arguing, is that what it's actually about?
Well, he did say it. He did say it. In
He did say it's about.
He didn't
It's
say
a,
it in the movie, but he did say it. In the
no,
movie.
he said it's the
He did-
story of humanity
He did say it in the
told
movie.
through stories of the Bible, and Javier Bardem is God, and Jennifer Lawrence is Mother Nature.
He did- he did
Interpret
say
the
that.
rest. He actually did say that.
Yeah, he
I
did-
think
he
it would
did
have
say
been
that.
better and opened up far more discussion if he never said that.
I think
I
it would have been more
Because
confusing.
what did we come away with the movie? I came away with a mother's love is undying. There was a little bit of Cain and Abel in there. That's all I came away with.
I think people would have some
Like when the
people would
three
have
of us
eventually
got
figured it
out.
I-
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
I
didn't know that
think-
he gave that interview.
But
I just
it'd
got
be
that
just
on my
like
own.
it'd be just like the
maybe he was
Tarantino
pressured into
thing.
saying
Don't
that at
ever
the
say.
studio or something.
Yeah,
people can
that
always
seems
think
like
about
a
it.
I pulled
studio
away
idea.
from it.
I mean, it's their genius idea to like promote this as a fucking horror movie when so clearly it's not a horror movie.
I pulled away
Yeah.
from it. Poetry is a shitty job. Find a new profession.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look
see,
how
that's
much
what I mean.
shit your poetry caused. And maybe the fact that you have to keep doing this again and again and again means you're not doing it right.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe
see,
that's
this
what
is
you should learn. You're not doing it right.
see this is what
Get
I
out
would
of the
say.
poetry racket.
If we were never
Quit being a
told what it
beatnik
was
for
supposed to be
cash.
about, it would always be open for interpretation and make the talking about it that much more fun. Because once you hang the framework of it's supposed to be about the story of humanity told through
That's
stories
what
of
he
the
said.
Bible,
That's what he said. But you
like
know what? You can.
yeah,
But
When-
think,
no,
if you
the
think
point
about
of the
it
movie
for a
is
little
what-
bit, you can kind of pull that out.
you can pull that out.
That's
but
not
because
hard
of the
to pull out if you think about it for a little
okay,
bit.
but because of the flaws and how stuff wasn't. Yes, it was over pretentious and
Casey didn't read
overblown.
anything we read.
And,
Yeah.
He picked it out.
And John,
He picked out those
So-
parts, but did you think the whole movie was about the Bible?
He
Period.
got big chunks of it.
Yeah,
Casey,
but
He
chunks
got
and-
big chunks. If not,
And the thing is,
most-
I
But
I
chunks
saw it-
and parts.
I saw it Thursday.
okay.
So I mentioned that theory to my buddy. Right,
Okay.
he's a religious studies major for Christ's sake, and
there you go.
well, no, but
There
he's
you
like
go.
he's like
That helps. That helps.
I don't know, and then,
you go
and
see
then
it?
we parted ways. No, I saw it with my buddy.
Okay.
He's a religious
Okay.
studies
And
major.
then-
Yeah,
And
But
you didn't get
he
that
had
much.
nothing to contribute.
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
See,
I
that's
forget-
what I
I
mean.
forget
When
what
you once
exactly
you
he
hang a
said, but-
framework on it, if Quentin Tarantino said, "Yeah, it's that guy's soul," that'd be the end of discussion.
That's not the end of it because we still have questions. What was
Exactly.
What was in the briefcase? Okay, what was she sprinkling in the
Yeah,
in the
and how
glass?
many more questions
Hey, you know
will we
what?
have?
I
Yeah.
never read anything he said about that whatsoever. I haven't read anything about it from anybody.
I don't know that he
That's-
has, but I don't even know what that is.
No, but that to me, that is, I'm really curious about it. What's in that briefcase? What's she sprinkling in the
Yeah.
glass? I'll take
Yeah.
that. I'll take that as let's leave it up to interpretation. That could mean nothing, and that
Yeah.
really could just be leave the briefcase for whatever people want to think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd be fine with that, and I would understand that
It
because
could-
a precedent has been set. We talked about it. 94, Pulp Fiction.
it could
Yeah.
just be a MacGuffin.
There you go.
A magical MacGuffin.
yeah.
Nice. Well, on that, yeah.
think we're done.
Our collective is seeing this movie. The real benefit to seeing this movie is talking about it afterwards.
Right.
Yeah, and
It's not
Yeah.
actually seeing the movie.
yeah.
Can we go around and have a last word from everybody? Or
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we usually do.
Anybody want to start?
Adam.
Carl, why don't you go first?
So I would say definitely see this movie. There's not much that's coming out these days that makes me think about it when I'm laying in bed, and this one has a couple times during the last week. I definitely think that it's definitely imperfect. It has like anything that's artistic that's worthwhile. It's imperfect. It is open to criticism, interpretation. I'm not fully sold on it. I don't think it's the greatest masterwork in the history of Earth, but I definitely think that I have been enriched by just thinking about it. So I think that makes it worth seeing. So go see it. if you don't want to go see it in theaters, wait until it comes out on video. But see it or pirate it. Go to Pirate Bay if that's still happening. But
We're not endorsing pirating movies, but if you know how to, you could. That's an avenue.
It's pretty easy to do.
It's really it's not hard at all.
But long story short, go see it, read about it, formulate an opinion, formulate your thoughts. I'm glad to have spent my money for something that
I will retract my statement after the movie.
Guy, go ahead.
You get to choose movies from now on. We'll go to them.
Oh wow! Okay, wow. That
You
is
get
such high- that is
to
such high
you get to
praise.
choose some movies from now on because
Carl?
yeah, Carl.
I've been vying for that for like a year now.
Wow.
Man.
I-
Enjoy
Yeah,
that.
I
I've
feel
also
jealous.
been doing this longer
Yeah,
than
Adam
Carl.
too.
I'm gonna be riding high tonight. I'm gonna be.
Yeah,
I won't be able to sleep.
He put you on a pedestal.
I retract. You can choose some movies.
No, we can still drag you down. Don't go nuts.
Yeah, don't go nuts. I'll say for this movie, like I said before, it would have been better not being told what it's supposed to be about.
Fair enough.
Like, I'll say I will elevate it to
You'd rather not
art.
be-
I'd rather not be constrained by what it's supposed to be about, just open to interpretations. Because how many times have we seen bits of the Bible and other stories
Fair enough.
that aren't stories solely about the Bible?
Fair enough.
For me, this movie needed to have text, not just all subtext.
Okay.
And like I said, it kind of felt like Brazil, and I really, really fucking hated the obviousness of we're in a loop.
Fair enough.
This has all happened before. I know how it's going to end now. I know exactly how it's going to end. We're going to watch this scene over.
Okay.
If it was Jennifer Lawrence at the end, that would have made it slightly more interesting to see how things proceed from there, to see if she remembered anything from the previous loop. But I'd say definitely go see it. Find a good group of friends who are passionate about talking about stuff, who have feelings one way or the other. No middle ground, because there are going to be middle
Just
ground
find
people.
us and do a podcast with us.
Yeah. Anybody's welcome.
We're probably not doing a sequel to this one. So.
Yeah, probably not. But
Probably not.
So listen to this podcast.
if enough of our fans want to come to Santa Barbara and talk about this movie on the patio of the Imperial, we'll do it.
And we're charging ticket prices for that one.
Yeah, because we're gonna get paid to talk about it again.
Again, yeah. Sequel,
Yeah, especially if we. And I know what
It's like
I know
crack. The
everything
first
we've
one's
said. I know everything we've said, especially if we have to see it again to talk about it again. Yeah. But you're driving because I'm not going to be sober.
Casey, what's your opinion?
Yeah, definitely go see this movie. I'm going to see it again. I think just because Darren Aronofsky, laid out this framework of what he thinks it's supposed to be about. The beautiful thing about art is that it's open to interpretation. I stick with parts of my theory. Like I said, I ran into several contradictions on my own. I'm going to continue thinking about this film. I'm going to see it again, and I'm going to continue to talk about it and think about it, and with people that are also interested in it.
Yeah.
Right on. Adam?
My opinion is a little different because I went into this movie knowing it was a pretentious art house movie, and that really helped me. Since I knew it wasn't a horror movie, I wasn't disappointed at the fact that it never scared me. I really thoroughly enjoyed this movie from the beginning to the end. I thought it was really well made. I liked what Darren Aronofsky was doing with this. My really main complaint is with some of the directing and how so much of this was close-up of Jennifer Lawrence, then over-the-shoulder shot of Jennifer Lawrence, then a close-up of Jennifer Lawrence, then an over-the-shoulder shot of Jennifer Lawrence, and on and on
You did not
and
care for the DP's work on
throughout
this.
all of eternity. Yeah, that part I did not. I would liked a little more. Of,
You would fire the DP.
I would have fired the DP.
Okay.
I would have gotten some more variety with my shot makings and maybe done a little more
It is
conventional.
basically shot on a 50 mil most of the time.
Most of the time.
So yeah.
For the end of the movie,
I did notice that too.
for the last for the last act of this movie, I think that style really helped.
Yeah.
And I thought it really enhanced the experience of it. But I thought the entire movie, I thought it was kind of exhausting. But other than that, I really liked it. I highly recommend it. I'm looking forward to seeing it again.
Right on.
John.
Wow, how many times can I echo what my compatriots have said?
Wait. Also, way more Kristen Wiig.
Kristen
I wanted
Wiig,
to
yeah.
see more of her character. Who is she? Who are those people who she's ordering to be executed? I want to know her story. Well, I want to know all about Kristen Wiig's character. I think we need a separate movie just for Kristen Wiig's character.
Spin off of Kristen Wiig.
Spin off of Kristen Wiig.
like it seems like stunt casting, but
You think so?
They don't overplay it.
No, they don't.
They don't have her be in.
But they should overplay it. Give her own movie. That's what I'm saying.
Oh God. I couldn't help it. I'm sorry, John.
Well, before we run into the Kristen Wiig spinoff, which I'll say right now, I will be first person in line to see that fucking movie. And please make it a comedy, and please make her fall in love with Steve Carell at some point. It's just her and Brick, circa Anchorman 2. No, see the movie. Yeah, no, definitely see it. It's an Aronofsky movie. The precedent has been set. You can see his movies are very thought-provoking. I do agree with my compatriots. You get the benefit of it after you get out of the movie and you start talking about it. You don't get it in the theater. It's not a typical movie where, even if it ends in a bad ending, like even if it's not a happy ending, which is fine.
Which is open to, still even not open to
which
interpretation.
Is fine.
Yeah.
Not everything is entirely wrapped up. There's still a lot of questions. Because you're not going to catch every single Easter egg. So see it once, maybe see it twice. Talk about it. This is definitely a great coffee table movie. It's perfect for what we're doing in our medium right now. It's great for that.
Yeah.
And again, I'm super glad Paramount did it. In hindsight, I was really bummed that they did it at first, considering it's not doing well at the box office. They took a risk. I hope that they at least make their money back on it so that they will take more risks. And then they will set that as a new precedent so we can start seeing more, unique, fresh stuff.
Well,
that'd be nice. It doesn't always have to be by some, wacky director like Aronofsky tends to be in his movies. Tends to be. There was a time where, not every Michael Bay movie looked like every Michael Bay movie. Yeah. But now they all kind of, they all look the same.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, do we want to all see it again and talk and do another podcast on it?
I don't think we're going to get more out of it after what we did.
All right.
I
want to see it again, but I think we're done podcast.
I think once we get to the point where we're talking as long or even close to as long as the movie actually is, we've said it all. As Howard Stern always says at the end of every successful interview.
You said it all.
You said it all. Well, you said it all. And that's his code for just wanting to get over so we can get to a commercial. Well, you said it all.
We've all said our piece. We had fresh thoughts about it.
Yeah.
If we do it again, it will not be fresh anymore.
No, it won't be. It won't be fresh in our minds. It'll be a rehash, and we're just going to go over the same material way too much.
Yeah.
And then it's going to become tiresome. And then I think that would actually ruin the movie for all of us.
Absolutely.
Because then we'll dive too deep, and then all of a sudden we're just developing something that's not the movie we saw. And then
We were speaking words of wisdom. Yeah. Let it be.
Let it be.
You want to call it a night?
I think we're calling it a night, my friend.
Back to the cats videos?
Back to the cat videos that are also on YouTube.
Cat videos, you guys.
All
Have
right.
a good night, you guys.
Good night,
Night.
everybody.
Yay.
Bye. Thanks for having me.
Night.
Good night.